Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Stardust Rhapsody. We would absolutely love it if you could like this video, subscribe to our channel, and check that bell so you never miss an episode. Last time, we left the crew having chased and captured the flashy Rex Maxim. Shortly after subduing their target, things quickly went awry as the Rhapsody crew witnessed horrors beyond their comprehension. Where do they go from here, and will they be okay? Join us in another bluesy jazz riff through the galaxy and find out what happens next. Thank you.
So it's time to don your sunglasses, grab your instruments, and lend your cosmic chorus to our Stardust Rhapsody. Let's jam.
Some say the universe is a song, that all things are made from the same stuff as the stars, and that every life is a note in the music of existence that echoes through infinity. So when you feel insignificant and alone, just remember, we're all irreplaceable parts of that grand cosmic melody, the Stardust Rhapsody.
Space, the infinite void. It's easy to feel alone. In space, void, the infinite. The Black Sea, void, lost, alone. Cold, death, endless. Sorry. Trying to recall something. Finally, catching up with their prey, Rex Maxim, they found far more what they bargained for. Atop the pinnacle, ancient gems reveal lost revelations. Beneath the ice. Finally, catching up with their prey, Rex Maxim, the party handily dispatched him. Through quick thinking, they stabilize. The five now carry on to their next adventure. Wait. Is that right?
Yeah.
In the lowest floor of the frozen Saurian temple, you stir. You awaken. Visions of your past, your future, swim in your head. Your mark, Rex, in the hands of Rhett. Stabilized for the moment. You breathe almost as if for the first time. It's now the cold sets in. A breeze sweeps in from the opening in the ceiling, chilling you to the bone. In front of you, a shattered wall of ice. You glance around at the destruction, recalling the moment you're in. Shattered pieces of metal, drill, robots. You work your way to your feet, carefully struggling to stand. You find yourself covered in a hideous black ichor. A glint catches your eye. Your vision moves now to the massive opening in the ice wall at its dead center. You fixate for a moment before your gaze slowly moves to the base. Labouche's suit. Empty. Expunged. What do you do?
As I come out of this sort of haze, I remember what happened to LaBouche. I start running over. to his suit. No, LaBouche! LaBouche! And I'm going to go and run over to his suit and see if there's anything that remains of him or give me any kind of hope that he's in any way alive.
You do this. You race over to his suit. Roll an investigation check.
21.
With 21, you look in, hoping to see some sign of your friend, and you catch a glimpse, the faintest, the suit completely flattened against a sheet of ice. He, right at the base of the explosion from the ice wall, took the brunt of its blast as it shattered. You can see cuts, slashes through the suit. You can see the framework of his neural system within the robes. The helmet cracked open.
I interact with this. Can I pick out? Is it like disconnected from it, or it's like what would normally be inside your hands?
His inside of his
like nervous system.
Yeah,
like ganglia and like 2 eyes and
brain.
like a few little like tiny organs and sensory components all make a mesh net of sorts.
Wait, are you saying that like his eyeballs and his fucking nerves and shit are in his
Does he look like Andros? Is he like Andros?
literally Andros. Yeah.
He's just
Only I have the brains to rule the galaxy.
I'm just wet seaweed.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna try and start talking to him, see if I can get any kind of reaction. But LaBouche, and I'm like shaking, like very out of character, and just scared for my friend here. Like, can you hear me? Are you okay? Are you alive?
You pick up the form of his suit, and the neural system that sits within it makes no reaction, but something on you moves. The black ichor that you're covered in starts to move towards the suit off of your form. It starts to move into the slashes, the openings, and begins to very mildly fill it out.
Noticing this, I'm gonna look around and see where the rest of the ichor is, and I'd like to try and use sort of my sands to sort of like scoop everything I can towards the suit and sort of reconstruct him.
You look around and you see puddles of it spread kind of all throughout the room. You're easily able to whip up these sandstorms, bring them in, move them, meld it into it, and bring forward what you can see. You also, as you look around at your friends scattered around the room, you see that they're covered in a similar black ichor.
Come closer. I think that is LaBouche on us. I know it doesn't look the same, but come closer. I promise. We can at least try.
Oh gosh, we're covered in LaBouche.
Get the LaBouche off me.
Oh, I don't know nothing about nothing, but is this a good idea?
It's the closest thing I have to bringing my friend back. I have to try.
Me, as I'm walking forward at your request, I'll look to Rhett and say, I know this sounds like a dumb question, but I don't suppose there's anything that you can do to help him out.
I mean, I don't know what I would. I mean, there's no fucking body left.
Yeah.
There was no body to begin with. It was always in the suit. Just come closer.
All right, get the fuck over here, and I'm gonna.
Oh gosh. He's unconscious still, presumably.
No,
but
I'm awake this whole time, and you're holding my nerve bundle.
Rex. Cowboy Andy. Sorry, Rex.
Rex Maxim.
Rex Maxim. I'm gonna basically not in a way to actually hurt him, but just rougher than maybe I should. Just sort of drag him so that I'm always keeping a hand on his ether shackles or whatever they call them.
You've got him in ether ties. You know, the zip ties made of super reinforced ether materials.
Perfect.
You grab him by the scruff of his duster, and he had that giant wound from the blast of his motorcycle piercing his abdomen. You'd been able to reinforce it with some of the reinforce it with some of your dwarven healing paste. And he is stabilized for now, and he is very much unconscious. You're able to grab him by the collar of his duster and bring him closer to this empty suit of LaBouche.
Oh, we gotta get all of the ichor. Why is it always ichor? Is it pronounced ichor? I don't know. It's icky. Oh, and I'm going to walk over and I'm going to reach down and pull off my shoe. And out of the shoe will just be like a bunny slipper, and then the other one will be a bunny slipper. As I will just take my giant shoe and pour, and there's a bunch of ichor will pour off into the suit. And then I'm gonna grab my bow tie and yank it off, and my entire suit will come off, and I'm wearing a bathrobe with a wife beater and heart boxers.
Carl.
And it is in a single motion. I'm just gonna take my suit and just wrench it as goo will pour down. Oh, come on, LaBouche! I'm gonna wring it out.
Oh my God.
LaBouche, do you hear us?
You all do this. You move towards LaBouche's suit, and as you approach, the substance on your form begins to react. And it starts to move off of you as you squeeze it out of your suit. As even you just approach, you get near him. The form wants to be whole again. The liquid moves towards the suit and gradually begins to fill him out in its entirety. As it does, and he retains a familiar shape, the suit begins to repair itself as the liquid moves beneath it. The helmet closes around it, and a jet black visor overtakes it, incapable of seeing what's within.
Is he more like standing on his own?
He's still like
Or
laid
still
out.
down?
He's still on the ground, but the suit is now reformed, helmet closed, jet black, inky black visor.
He's in one piece, but I can't tell if he's still there. Rhett, do you get any vitals, anything? And I'm gonna try and like nudge him, and also LaBouche, like, are you there? Are you there?
I'll take a look. I'm getting a bad feeling about this.
I want to kneel down and just get a sense of, like, do I sense any kind of scanners that I have? Do I get a sense that he's alive, living, as much as I can, given that he's not, carbon-based? Or maybe you are.
I'm not carbon-based.
Yeah.
Your ether dwarf detector flips out from the side, and you get your heads-up display as it starts to scan him. Roll a medicine check.
Natural 20.
Gotta give it up. We got two LaBouches now.
He's dead.
You're very confident he's dead. 21.
Nice. Well done.
Holy shit, that's cool.
Nice.
As your scanners work their way around his form, there's a odd degree of static as it begins to try and take his vital signs. All indications show healthy, but unresponsive. And as you look through it and you continue to focus on him, staticky feedback.
He's alive, and he seems okay. But he's just, he's not there. LaBouche?
I'm gonna kind of like tap the side of his helmet.
Are we able to, if we were to approach him, is any of his ichor like exposed?
No longer.
I can't touch it at all.
You
If I
could
try?
attempt. You could attempt to undo his suit or open
Okay,
it.
I'm gonna undo his suit.
Like pop up
Like
with
a
a
like
visor.
open the visor. You don't have to start. You don't have to start with his pants. I mean, you could like unbutton the jacket or something like that.
So I'm gonna walk up to LaBouche and really gently try and like open his visor. And if I have any remaining ichor on me at all, I'm just gonna like try. I'm gonna smell it first to see if it smells like anything, just out of curiosity, and then just try and like wipe anything I can in his visor. And I'm going to touch him and say, LaBouche, please come back. I have no idea what happened to you. This place is so weird. And I'm gonna cast Lesser Restoration.
What does that do?
It's you can either end one disease or condition afflicting it. Conditions can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. Or whatever spices you like. Dungeon Master.
Want a cure for what's going on?
You make a motion to open his helmet. You reach down and you start to attempt to flip up the visor. As you do, you immediately see that while LaBouche normally fills it out, there'd be space within it. But at the very edge, it is filled to the brim with black ichor. And as you attempt, you get about halfway opening it before something moves and it snaps back shut. As you cast Lesser Restoration over LaBouche, you find yourself surrounded by darkness. You can't see, smell, or hear. Your form, your green goo, floating in an endless sea. Something swirls around you. Just in front of you, as you open your eyes, as the panic starts to set in, you see a single light in the distance. Then one above you, then one below you, one to your side. You spin around, one behind you, and finally, one within you. And then you snap back awake. The darkness from within your visor begins to recede as you retake your form as LaBouche in your green, gooey glory.
I'm gonna take him and hug him and say, "Oh, LaBouche, you're back. You're welcome."
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
Oh gosh, you're back to your lime green cello self. I was really worried we were gonna have a whole Spider-Man 3 session. And nobody wants that, LaBouche. And I'm gonna go in the group hug along with Andy.
Cross out my next page of notes.
And tears will comically spray out of my eyes everywhere. No one knows where the water's coming from.
Fountains of tears erupt from both of your eyes that hit the ground and begin to freeze in kind of like rainbow, jagged icicles.
There's no visible nostrils on my clown nose, and somehow snot is pouring out.
Oh no, not more ichor.
I'm sore, right? I'm like exhausted.
yes.
I am like my whole body is a bruise.
Yes.
So they're going in for a hug, and I'm still like paralyzed with this experience and pain, and like I'm still in shock. So all you're getting out of me as I'm being hugged is just this like. Thank you.
Oh, you're fine, LaBouche. Oh, you're good as the new. Oh, thank goodness.
All right. Give him some space. Give him some space. Are you okay? What happened? You weren't yourself. You were dark and just completely black and unresponsive.
I don't know. It all happened so quickly. I was in a dark space.
I'm turning into Lethica. That's fine. I can't play Lethica and do other characters at the same time. This is horrible. Outrageous French accent.
There it is.
Pierre Escargot.
Something cryptic about cosmic horror. My body, I felt it blast apart, but now I am whole again. How did you do that?
How do you do that?
It is natural. It is something I just know how to do.
You're a resilient fucker. You started to reassemble before any of us fucking touched you.
I need a moment.
And I'm gonna like look inside and think about the fact that I went through this transformation and these lights that happened. I'm gonna try to feel around in my body. Do I feel sick, or like there's something toxic inside of me, or like do I get a sense that I'm changed at all, or am I just hurt?
Roll an investigation check at advantage.
Oh, that means I'm going to get a hot 3.
Throw away those guys.
Oh, LaBouche, I'm so glad you're back. Let me make you a congratulatory balloon animal.
What this is a roll go? Quick inspiration.
He actually did well, but I'm going to. You'll still have bardic inspiration.
Oh, what, D8?
Yes, right? Yeah.
It depends on your level.
It's probably
I'll just go with the 19 and hold on to the inspiration for now. Remarkably.
Well done.
You're very in tune with yourself. You try and take a quick kind of self-catalog here. And you feel you're tired. You're worn. You feel like you've just been completely disassembled and put back together. And maybe not all the pieces in the right places. You feel hungry. You want to consume.
Oh, no.
But you wouldn't think that that's too out of state.
I've lost some mass.
You've been through quite a bit.
Yeah. I need to eat. I am not all myself. And I will start to look for my, gauntlets. You know, I've got, the torso piece of my armor. I've got perhaps a boot on. I've got certainly the helmet and everything. But, I need to grab, a few remaining items. And putting them on, you can see that my hands are slightly diminished. You can see that my thighs are a little thinner than they might be otherwise. I need to get sustenance to return to my full form.
LaBouche, are you hungry? Is that what you said?
Oh, do you need a comically generic sandwich? Hold on. I'll reach in and I'll pull out a sandwich that's folded out. It's very clearly some ham and cheese with 2 toothpicks with olives in them.
Thank you. I was gonna ask for
And
help.
it's hey, LaBouche, you're looking mighty hungry. You want to eat me? Stick me in your mouth.
Just be careful.
I just put it into my face and
my
let
snack
it
with,
slowly disappear into my suit. Thank you. I do not feel so well. That was quite a blast. I was worried for a minute that I was gone.
You had us all worried.
You had us all worried too, and I don't want to change the tone, but you now look like a cowboy with a toothpick sticking out of your mouth.
my eyes come up like this, and the 2 olives.
Scary.
Oh, we're so glad that you're alive. Wait, what happened with the ice? Did all of those, was there horrible monster ooze? Were you behind the ice the whole time? Did you all see what I saw?
What did you see?
We were in a black sea with endless abyss and then strange light surrounded by the call of the void, so to speak. And then LaBouche turned into the void, and then whatever was in that got out, or maybe it's LaBouche?
While I was reassembling, I saw the same lights. I couldn't see or hear. I could only feel this entity, almost,
I saw this.
surrounding me and in me.
Me too. Did you?
Yeah, the visions were a bit unsettling. I'm not sure what to make of it.
I'm gonna get up. You can hear the boots clanging against the ice, and I'm finally going to stand and reach my full height. And I'm going to look back into the cavern that presumably the ice wall has been destroyed. There's a space behind us that I was attempting to punch into. Do I see anything, or is it just what I... is it dark and there's something to explore there, or is it just an opening that has exploded, or what do I see?
You look at this massive wall of ice, and it didn't protect a cavern, anything of that sort. It was just a solid chunk of sheet ice, and the explosion, the thing that catches your eye the most, is how deep this crack runs into the wall. And you look back, you might even try and reach out, you might even try and ooze juice forward to get a sense for how far down it goes or how far back it goes. You could make it even 30 yards, and you wouldn't begin to touch how deep it is.
This is like this thin crack that like is a crevasse almost. That
It's now an enormous opening.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's like something got bored through, like that, like a tunnel.
Like something had like bursted forth.
Do I see a shape in the ice that is exactly like my body that I can then like start to walk in cosmic horror style?
Not in the ice, however, turning around on the other wall, you do see a blast of spray that just has a
That's the outline of my shield
just,
helmet.
Just the shield. Yeah, exactly. The bulb and then.
Should we probe further into the ice?
Are you feeling all right?
No, but we want to make it worth it.
I mean, Red, he's right. This is about as exciting as it gets. We can't turn back now.
I'm not saying we should, but I just want to make sure that nothing's wrong with you.
It's possible I took the brunt of some trap or a diversion to try to shy us away, and now we can go inside untarnished.
Had we had noticed a light behind the ice before this, or no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. You had noticed. Some of you, maybe all of you, I forget. It eludes me now. Had noticed a faint, what looked like a faint amber glow coming from behind the ice.
Oh. Is that glow gone?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Nothing seems to be behind the ice, just the remnants of what it contained. A blasted, empty grave.
I mean, I don't know why y'all are looking at me. I mean, we can go ahead.
You're the captain of the Rhapsody. This is British Stardust Rhapsody. What do you expect, Red?
You are the leader.
Well, I guess you said the thing. We might as well, put on some entertaining content.
Yeah. You're right. And I believe this hole is shaped for me. And it'll very clearly be shaped like Labouche. And it'll suck in my stomach. And my body will balloon up to be the shape. And it'll hold my breath as my head gets about the size of Labouche's helmet. And I'll walk through perfectly fitting.
Your butt still gets stuck.
Yeah. Oh, my shoes, I can't make any smaller. I don't fit.
You're walking kind of towards the ice?
Yeah.
For frame of reference, the opening in front of you has probably a radius of like 15 yards.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like
a
huge
massive, cavernous, exploded out
wow.
section of the ice wall.
Oh, just kidding. It's 6 ogres wide.
How many eagles is that? I don't know anything except eagle.
It's about 100 cheeseburger in the cross. I think we're good. I think we're good here.
Let us venture deeper inside.
Whatever Rex was after is not here anymore, and it was worth it enough for him to come down here and try and break through. So we might as well.
What do you think, Pike?
Well, we've come all this way. There's no reason to turn back now. Besides, we've got the bounty. We might as well see if there's something else we can take with us if he was after it.
It's as you say that there's no reason to turn back now. The chunk of the ceiling falls down from the opening in the hole. Crashes down right next to you.
I stop what I'm doing. I take a long drag on my cigarette. I look back to Rhett and I say, maybe this isn't as structurally sound as I originally thought.
What? This pyramid's been standing here for possibly thousands of years. It's not gonna come down.
And it's as you say that, it begins to come down.
Cinematically, I would say that right behind me would be a giant thing.
As soon as that happens,
rock crashes behind you in a plume of stone dust and ice.
as soon as that
erupts.
happens, I turn 180 degrees so my back is now to the giant cavern. I say, back to the Rhapsody.
All right, I'm gonna throw Rex over my shoulder.
Oh, Mace, I love this campaign.
I'll stomp forward, wide steps. I'm still feeling bruised. My whole body hurts as we walk forward.
Yeah, my goal is just to get out,
I
and
would
then
say
we
we'd
can
be
figure
hustling.
out.
Yeah.
As fast as Labouche can go, we
Yeah.
would hustle.
Yeah.
I'm just taking big strides. Like, I'm such
Yeah.
a tall dude that you guys have to move pretty quickly in order for my regular walking speed to do what it is.
I'm gonna cast Mirage
Ooh.
to generate duplicates of me. That one under each arm of Labouche to help him move. So they're like sand visages of me, like.
Man, you guys are best friends.
The sand pours out from you and lifts under, like forms under the arms of Labouche as they then start to begin to take your shape. And with that support, you can move agilely. Let me find a little more like,
Like the cave's
I lost the whole thing. Yeah, the cave's collapsing. Imagine the cave's collapsing.
Oh my gosh.
Just to be clear, the cave is falling apart towards the ice wall, right? So
Yeah.
we are.
It's
going
from
back
there.
to
We're
the ship,
running-
It's not forcing us into the tunnel.
Well, basically, we need to decide, is the elevator going to hold long enough for us to go up and go out, or do we need to, like, find a way to...
We'll be fine.
Okay, I just want to make sure we were going in the right direction. I knew which direction we were going in. Okay.
So you start racing out of this icy cavern. Where are you heading?
Back towards the elevator.
Yeah.
Do we...
If we think that we can make it.
Yeah, how... Like, based on the rate of everything collapsing, do we feel like we would have time? Or do we think we need to come up with clever solutions to get straight up?
I think you, at this stage, you would believe that you have time.
He's got 20 in. I believe him.
We got time! To the elevator! I'm just gonna walk straight up the wall! Oh, thank goodness we have time. Nothing will go wrong in the elevator. Let's go!
We rushed to the elevator.
Yeah.
Especially since we got to carry that stupid Rex.
Yep.
You rush to the elevator, Rex slung over the shoulder of Rhett. Everyone moving agilely. Labouche with the support of twin Kavirs under him. Squeaking and sliding, you race over to the elevator space. The doors whoosh open, you cram in. Dandy, you put your palm up and you gesture upwards. The elevator starts to rise up, and it's moving quick. And it goes, and it goes. And then the ceiling in the elevator crashes down, just in the dead center of the platform, crushing it and stopping its momentum currently. You are probably about 15 yards from the opening above you.
Oh, fuck.
Do I
15
notice
yards
anything
is
in
a
the
lot of
elevator
feet.
that I might be able to activate? Are there any gemstones? Any exit plan?
Just the normal controls ahead of you for how you can attempt to operate it normally, and then the large crash stone chunk from the ceiling that's landed dead center in the elevator.
Oh, this is my time to shine! And I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna walk up and then walk on the ceiling and then walk back. There's a hole in the ceiling, right?
Yeah.
In the elevator shaft. Oh, okay! Everyone! Grab onto my hankies! I think I washed this after the last time I blew my nose! And I'm going to pull out an incredibly long series of handkerchiefs that have all been tied together as I stand up out of the top. That's what I'm able to do with my spider climbing boots, or my sticky squeakers. And I will attempt to let everyone, if I feel like there's an anchoring point, to help them all climb up.
You would say you come out to the main level that you walked in at, and you see dead ahead of you the initial empty set pillar that was there right in front of the elevator. You'd be able to easily run over, wrap your gross handkerchief around it.
Oh gosh, this really doesn't end. Okay, well I'm just gonna run around and tie it off. I don't know when this thing ends. Okay.
As soon as we feel
Okay,
like
we're good.
there's tension and he says that it's good, I'm gonna immediately start climbing up.
Yeah.
As quickly as I can.
Make it group athletics or acrobatics check. Chuckles, make a sleight of hand check.
Oh,
baby.
I'm gonna have the robotic arms on my ether engine basically grab Rex and carry him more like on my back so that I have both arms to.
Perfect. Okay. Very badass.
14. I'm still feeling a little rough, but
Okay.
I'm going to grab it, and because I'm not sure if it can take my weight along with everyone else, I'm like gonna reach up and go like 10 feet at a time and just like slowly like do this. And if you hadn't cleaned it since the last time you blew your nose, I'm getting additional sustenance out of that.
Close. I rolled a 21.
So much effort.
You zip up. You almost barely even need the handkerchief to hang on to. You kick off your feet from the wall, and you elegantly and acrobatically just zoom straight up, and you pop out of the opening and slide to a halt. LaBouche, you extend your arms out, and your hands slip a little bit as you go to grab. You move just a little bit slower. You can't tell if you're juicing on this thing or if you're cleaning it.
Or it's juicing on
but
you.
Or it's juicing on you. But you eventually make your way out. Well, actually, what was your sleight of hand?
27.
Oh, wow. This thing is so... Man, you're
Bars,
racing
man.
around this. This is the greatest knot. You don't even remember tying a knot, but this is the greatest knot you've ever seen in your entire life. It erected on this pillar.
Take it easy.
Oh, gosh, I don't know why they kicked me out of the Navy. I'm not touching that.
What was everybody else's roll? Acrobatic athletics? 16?
19.
19.
Nice. Good rolls.
With
Stop it.
Rex wrapped up in the mechanical arms, you have your full brute force of your frame, and you're heavy. You got a lot of gear on.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
moving up, but you have the strength to pull, and you make your way up and out of the rest of this elevator, and you crest the opening. Dandy, you do as well. A little bit less nimbly, but with the help of those that came before you, kind of watching easily how to ascend up here, you too make your way out. What did you get? Yeah,
got a
10.
Although, quick question:
Mm-hmm.
Are we're getting out of the elevator and then up into the opening, or is this just to get up to the top of the elevator?
This is to get like to the top of the elevator and out to the main floor you came in at.
At least to the bridge, right?
Yeah, to the
Basically,
bridge.
So
You're on the
we're
opposite
climbing
side
up
of
to
the
the
bridge.
bridge.
Yeah,
Okay,
correct.
Yeah.
Got it. All right.
And
Yeah,
the,
I'll take the 10.
bridge
Yeah.
is what led us to the area where we first saw the hologram, right? Or am I like way off?
Yes. No, the bridge is the area. So Rex's hologram was at the entry point that was on the opposite side of the bridge from where
Just
you are
before-
now.
So we're
Just
getting to
before
the
the
bridge
bridge.
and we haven't crossed the bridge
Correct.
yet. And then okay,
Yeah.
just making sure I got
Yeah,
the
no,
right
you're good.
Cool.
simulacrum.
It's
Perfect. So you start working your way up this handkerchief, and you slip as well. And it's in this moment, you know, absolutely that it was not clean since the last time Chuckles used it. You're able to eventually make your way to the opening, but you don't feel good about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Normally it doesn't get this long. I mean, normally the hanky's a lot cleaner. Let's all survive.
It's clean now.
Oh, thank you, LaBouche. What a pal.
I'm still hungry.
I'm just wiping it off. It's whatever. Let's get out of here.
And you are still hungry. You consume that sandwich.
It's still
and
dissolving in there.
As you, it's not. As you push it in, far faster than you would come to expect it to dissolve within you, it was almost instantaneously consumed. It is satisfied for the moment. But you can feel that you'd go for a nice big bowl of beef stroganoff. You got a lot of room left.
I'm still being carried, I assume, by your.
Now that we're back up there, I would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kavir. I am still starving. I'm having a little gastro issue.
Well, then let's get back faster.
You start racing down. You begin to make your way across the bridge. I need everyone to roll group dex saving throw.
Oh, finally! Dex, you say?
No wisdom. It's a scary thing.
Yikes.
Spooky.
Oh, you saw it, right?
I did. I saw it. The natty 20. I rolled a 24.
Oh,
This is not
26.
This is not where I'm a Viking here.
Yeah, 6.
10.
15.
22.
Wow!
Let me say, baby, it feels good to be Dexy.
You're so
I'm
dexy.
gonna die.
So you start racing across this bridge. The ceiling is coming down on you. Massive chunks of boulder and rock are taking out huge sections of the bridge. One comes down, it lands right in front of you. You could go around it, you just skip right over it. You put one arm down, you do a cool flip. Cigarette still in your mouth, obviously. And you just keep cruising. Who got under a 15?
Under.
Yeah. LaBouche, Dandy, as you make your way across, rubble is crashing, coming down on you. As you dodge here, you move there, but you zig when you should have zagged, and a piece of rubble comes down and crashes down on top of you, and you take...
I'm almost dead.
Oh shit! That's right.
I forgot.
I'm at half health.
And I was exploded, so did I wake up at 1, or am I...
Oh shit!
Yeah, are you
Probably.
What does Lesser Restoration do?
No,
It doesn't heal.
Yeah, it doesn't heal. Yeah.
I'm at 1.
So if we're doing stability,
But what does
rules,
a
it'd be
sandwich
one
heal?
hit point. Oh, healing. It's the sandwich from Team Fortress 2.
For the sake of the fact that I forgot I should have addressed that, you will say that you came back at 7 health because the two of you will take 6 damage right now.
Okay, so now I'm at 1.
6.
So-
Red is very good at stabilizing people, so he is a passive. You gain extra hit points when you're
That's true.
stabilized.
That's my special.
He's a medic.
feature.
You're a medic.
Yeah.
And you start, you're
Right.
racing,
Swiss
you're
Army
racing, you're running, you make your way across the bridge, you make it up the flight of stairs, you're able to crest just out of the opening of this temple, and you get right outside with just a scratch or two.
A scratch.
Turning back, you look at this giant frozen fortress in front of you, and you see just the dead middle of it crash and sink into the ice. The outer edges preserved only by their frozen status, but the ground completely reclaims the middle of this structure as it sinks beneath the land.
Oh my god.
It's a good thing we didn't go in the tunnel.
Danny, was that like priceless architecture and endless knowledge?
I do not know exactly, but I do feel a little sad watching it all crumble down, but that place was also very dark.
What a waste. So much history, perhaps, and knowledge lost.
And you do, Dandy, feel a little sad, and you're not exactly quite sure why. And you feel just the faintest hint of angry as well.
Is that new for her? Has she been angry before?
It's probably angry in this way is probably new. Like frustrated, angry. Not in the kind of way that like you ask Chuckles for pumpkin pie and he serves chocolate pie and you're like, this isn't what I wanted.
I do not get angry at
Sentient gemstone robot shakes fist at Sky.
Pie in the storm.
Chuckles is my friend. Well, I'm kind of just keeping that to myself and feeling it. I mean, it's not like I'm knowing what to do with these feelings.
Man, we really shouldn't be allowed to touch anything.
Well, I mean, the question is, what started all that? Was it what we did on top, or was it what we did in the bottom?
Well, I'm certainly no architect, but all those drill bots certainly couldn't have been good for the architecture.
Or the giant explosion at the base?
That too.
Yeah, let's say Rex did that.
I think
100%.
that.
I saw him do it.
Yeah, no, I think that's very logical. I think Rex is the one that's solely responsible for that.
And in
at the
some
end-
ways, we saved his life. Yes, from a certain point of view.
Oh, very wise, LaBouche.
And at the end of the day, it's 6 accounts to 1, so we all saw the same thing.
My eyes nod.
Well, we should wake him up and question him.
Oh, do we really have to do that now?
We should probably get back to the
Oh,
ship
probably
first.
get back to the Rhapsody. Yeah.
The longer we can go without listening to his asinine ramblings, the better.
We can put him in the brig.
We have a brig?
Do we have a brig?
What is a brig?
We're using
Well-
it as storage, right?
By brig, you mean a utility closet with a lock on the outside? Yeah, we got a
We're
brig.
storing our December Wiener decorations in there now. But we can clear that out. We can clear out the December Wien decorations and then throw them in there.
Oh boy.
Penguins! Alien creatures resembling penguins!
Red, you think you could come... Or not Red, I'm Red.
It's been a bit of an eldritch day, right?
It's actually just been
Yes.
Hank in a trench coat.
Oh my god!
Hey, Hank, buddy, can you come pick us up? I'll send you the coordinates.
And he says, on the way. And the Rhapsody, once you ping the coordinates, it is far less stormy here now. The winds aren't whipping. It's still very incredibly bone-chillingly cold. But the winds aren't whipping. It's not actively snowing. And that frees up a great degree of visibility and removes a lot of the technical interference. So you send your coordinates over to Hank, and very soon after that, you see the Rhapsody come over the horizon as it pulls just over top of you, swoops to the side, and plants down, opening the gangway.
My question was just as a reminder, outside of the wildlife that we've seen, this planet, would you describe it as desolate? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to ask if we saw anything new with the improved visibility.
You could look around. You would see very much. It extends in all directions, almost like a frozen desert.
Tundra-esque.
Tundra-esque.
Pay attention.
Icebound-esque.
Icebound-esque. Drakkar. Well, Drakkar's got a lot of stuff on it. Drakkar's got a lot of spooky shit on it. So, yeah. It's got way less trees than Drakkar, which is an odd thing to say. Yeah.
It's true. It's true. I got biomes and shit. You don't know.
Yeah, I don't know biomes. I don't even know the meaning of the word.
really
Thank you. That's 2 Scott Pilgrim jokes in 2 days.
No, each planet is a biome in space.
Yeah. In space, yeah, and there's one town in every planet.
How dare you?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's how space works. Yes, you want more than one town in every planet.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
Fucking horse shit.
Yeah.
Are we on the Rhapsody now?
It's up to you. Rhapsody's there.
We're standing at the entrance of the Rhapsody. It's landed and the gangway is out. Because you said gangway. I thought that was cool.
That is pretty cool.
I'm gonna turn around and I definitely want to get on the Rhapsody, but I'm gonna turn around and look at the land and just kind of like, in my head, I'm seeing the like visions that I saw of the land not being desolate and the land being rich and filled with life and plants and trees and just rich with organisms, and kind of like look at how desolate it is now and just like utter confusion and my desires to like to make it that way again. And also I'm angry at I'm also starting to feel these feelings of like anger, and because my friends were saying it was because of the space cowboy elf, what is his name again?
Rex.
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 I was thinking Rhett, and I was like, that's not it.
Now that's me.
Also not.
Also Hank. I mean, wait, I'm not
May or
Hank.
may not be Hank. Yeah.
I'm Red. If he's me, then
Just
boo.
angry at him, thinking he did this.
Yeah, you, that's funny. You feel that. You feel that deeply. And you stand at the end of the gangway. You might even stomp your foot in frustration. You think back at what you saw atop of the temple. You think of the almost the blood orange red sky, or blood orange sky, as you saw a lush and verdant planet stretched out in front of you. And as you slam your foot in the ground, the ice will crack very briefly, and a strange green root will come up from the ground.
I'm gonna cry. I just look down at it and kneel down and like I'm gonna touch it. Like gently crevice it. I'm not saying anything, I'm just like awed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kick my foot again, see if something happens actually.
You caress the root and you kick your foot again, and nothing else happens. That was all I got.
Dandy, are you going to eat that?
Do not eat this. I have a sandwich for you again. It's from my compost bucket.
Thank you.
So I'm sorry if it's a little odd.
I love your compost bucket.
Sandwich. I'll put my shield back. No, I'll use my hands and it'll like go up my arm and then back into my
Back to
stomach.
proper etiquette now that you
I would have gotten on the Rhapsody as soon as the gangway opens. Like, I'm getting off of this strange single biome planet, which is very normal for outer space. And as the rest of the crew is coming back in, you'll hear ukulele music as I'm carrying a sentiment with a ukulele and a hula skirt and a leg, and I'm carrying it out
Like one of those big Santa.
Yeah. You're like, but I can't find the off switch.
As you play that tune out and you look back over the frozen wastes, you see the silhouette of what seems to be a bear standing on its hind legs wearing red swim trunks. It gives you a little like, oh, cheers.
It's like, what? There's a bear now?
And as you took that sandwich, it made it through your form, Labouche, about to your shoulder before it was completely dissolved.
This is very strange.
And I'll stomp up the gangway and make my way into the ship.
You can leave the Decemberween decorations in there. He can fucking deal with it.
Oh well, I mean, there's no space, so he's about the size of one sentiment. I'm like holding right up to him. It's he's about the size.
You give my like a
He's about the size.
Yeah, it's roughly. He's roughly the same.
Well,
size
it's a little early, but I'll put him right here in the main living area. So we all get to enjoy it.
I'm sitting on the couch like smoking a cigarette and you set him up on the edge of the couch next to me.
He's like 3 inches from you.
He's like bumping into him.
Oh, perfect.
And that tune plays on and on.
I'll sit down on the couch and I'll be like, I think I found the off button. And I crunch the top of the
Hey, Rhett, before you throw him in that closet, make sure he's fully disarmed. We don't want him getting out because he has something up his sleeve or hidden in his sock or something.
Prison wallet.
I can check if you want.
Oh, I'm not doing it.
I'm going to bed.
I'm still outside.
Okay. Oh shit.
Hovering over this plant. And I think I'm gonna start glowing. I'm not saying anything. I'm gonna start glowing like an amber color and shimmer around me, and I'm gonna shed a tear, and that tear is gonna like attempt to water the plant, and I'm going to try and have plant growth all over this planet with casting plant growth.
What does that do?
Terraform.
Basically I'm terraforming the planet. So if I cast a spell over 8 hours, I enrich the land. So all plants in a half-mile radius centered on this particular root that came up is enriched for a year.
Oh,
and
shit.
they yield twice the normal amount of food when harvested.
We gotta do it for 8 hours.
Yeah.
Well, there's a one action version too.
I would say there should be a shortened version.
There is, but I wanna enrich the land.
I don't know if we got 8 hours.
Well, I guess I'll clear out the rest of the Decemberween closet. I mean the break.
I'll meet you.
Okay.
I'll make you a deal, Dandy. If we can kill Rex and return his dead body and still get the full amount, you can stay here for 8 hours.
Okay.
What's the one action version?
It's just normal plants in a 100-foot radius centered are thick and overgrown, and creatures. Doesn't matter with the creatures.
So you could target this plant.
Yeah,
and use it.
I'll do that. I forgot I had to concentrate and had to be in range for 150 feet. We can't quit.
Space.
Can't quit.
In the honk.
I mean, I'm doing maybe with a little bit of magic.
Yeah.
Which I am.
Man, I just realized we forgot Dandy.
You focus on this route. And you glow with a like ruby light as your tear falls from your face and it strikes this plant, and you gain the belief that you have begun to attempt at least to make this section of Earth return to a verdant nature.
Earth?
Earth, like
Terra.
Like the element.
Like, yeah.
Where's the McDonald's?
No, there's no McDonald's.
That building is clearly it once was a Pizza Hut.
That bank looks suspiciously like a pizza.
Our next adventure is at High Planets in Dusty, Ohio. We're gonna try not to get food poisoning at the Sonic drive-thru.
Is that a Casa Bonita?
Yeah, just like in the ground, like in the dirt. Yeah. Anyway, so you're all back on the Rhapsody and you're now in space.
Alright, I'll go back.
It's decided.
But we were always in space, Mace.
Yeah, that's correct. You're always in space, Mace.
I had some more time to clear out the December wing while Dandy was doing her plant biz. Oh, hey, Dandy. Do you remember Large Mall William Space Bass?
Just like, what?
It's basically just a big mouth Billy Bass with a Santa hat.
The hell is Billy Bass? Y'all are like,
It was a fish. You wore away. You like with an animatronic fish on.
And it would think Mac the Knife.
Bubba, fly me to the moon. Space. Bubba, fly me to a holiday moon.
I thought we got rid of all of these.
Where did you get all this stuff? I don't know. It's been in there for years, I think.
This is why we don't have any money, ever.
Is that a spring or a torture chamber?
You guys are the ones who land at the space station Spirit December Wing and let me loose. Why do we even have a brig?
We opened the closet and 50 million of bases turned out all at once. Fly me to the moon.
We're bounty hunters! It's like one of the most critical parts of our ship. And you've been storing fucking decorations? Well, someone doesn't have any December wing cheer. So I think that needs to be our adventure.
Mace. Rethink the session.
And we're gonna go find the spirit of December Ween.
While this is all happening, I'm looking for food. I'm pulling open cabinets and seeing if I can find some beef stroganoff.
And you would be able to accomplish that. You know where the food is. You would be able to go to the galley of sorts and find whatever it is you would choose to consume, either in its full form or make it into a dish of your choosing.
I'm going to start with what I would
inclined.
typically consume as like my ration or portion of what we'd all normally eat, and I try to keep to that most times, and then I'll have a second portion. And a third portion. Do I start to feel like I'm sated? Am I starting to get satisfied, or do I want a fourth portion?
I'd say as you eat and you consume your space gruel and bell peppers without beef, it oozes into your form, and it rapidly dissolves as it moves into you. But the rapidity of that starts to slow, and you feel yourself closing in on satiated.
So you're making a dent in it. He's making a dent.
Okay, so I'm filling back out.
Yeah.
I'm bulking, and I will have a fourth portion. And without saying anything to the rest of the gang, because we've been tight on money, tight on food, I'll sit back down next to the crushed Santa and keep my mouth shut for now.
Yeah, I would say none of us would be none the wiser.
Yeah, you guys are worrying about 50 Billy basses right now.
I was gonna ask if I would have noticed how like your voracious appetite, but we'll let that go unnoticed.
Large Mall William.
Yeah, and you have been tight on funds. You have been tight on food, and that's the situation you find yourself in currently. But with your latest mark in tow, that you're sitting on potentially a large payday.
I thought our ship was kind of flush right now. Not?
Flush with cash?
Did I dream that?
Or stuff?
With just like...
No, the last payout you received, a great portion of it went to the car wash for Chuckle's ship.
And the repairs.
Yeah.
So we're like repaired and washed,
Yeah.
but we don't have any money.
And also probably bugged.
Yeah, certainly bugged.
But you have like a stock. You have like a stock pantry. Like you're back. You're like kind of operating. You're at a high operating efficiency.
For us, we're in a good place.
But you're not. Your assets are not exactly liquid.
We're very ship rich and cash poor.
yeah, exactly.
We're living in there's a house portion.
Is it cleared out?
Hold on. And I bring out a tree, and there's just pine needles falling off. I'm just completely covered in pine needles.
We were supposed to throw that tree out 3 December weeks
Pine
ago.
needles. And I'm like, guys, I don't know how this December weed tree has so many needles. I keep trying to sweep it up, and it doesn't stop. This is a fire hazard.
Yeah, Brett, I was going to say the same thing. I'm pretty sure that's a fire hazard.
Oh, good. Pine needles. And
Oh, yeah, okay, here. And then it'll, I think 2 eyes will open and go, bubba, bubba. Oh, I think.
Really bad.
And with that, the storage closet brig is clear.
I will throw him on like the cot that's in the brig, and I'll walk out, and there'll be like a control panel on the wall, and I'll hit it, and like ether plasma bars will come down.
Nice.
Before it was just like a janitor, like a pantry.
Now it's got prison bars.
A folding screen like
Made
in
a
front of
quick
the laundry.
upgrade for the sake of the narrative.
No, we just had beads hung up.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but nobody noticed what was inside it. Yeah.
A little fly that says namaste.
Yeah, live, laugh, bounty hunt.
What the fuck?
Oh, we've turned our ship into a home.
Oh, that's funny.
Rex is in the brig for sure.
I consume the tree and the pine needles, and then
Are you shaking the tree?
Every year.
He's feeding it into LaBouche like a wood chipper.
anything organic. I'm just consuming the wood.
Like your Steve Buscemi's leg.
I love the movie Paco. Come on.
Wow.
what is our next move? Are we going to go back and turn him in?
Well, Dandy, when you're ready, I think you should try to fix him up, heal him up, and maybe we can question him, whoever suggested that, before we turn him over.
Should try and learn more about what that light was and what he was trying to get. Maybe now that he's in a position where he's not going anywhere, he'll be a little more talkative.
Just so I remember, I had given a sapphire to Kabir. We used that sapphire in the temple.
No,
it's in my wrist.
That was not the same. It was not a control piece. It was not a key of sorts. I'm just recalling, correct?
not that you're aware.
Okay. Yeah. And then I still have the key. 777. My jacket pocket. All right. That's satisfied. What
is
in
that?
the actual fuck am I looking at?
Sus standing.
It's Dandy as the Lorax. it's the best thing I've ever seen. I love it so much. Thank you.
Oh my god.
Isn't that the fucking bear thing?
I'm closing Discord.
What's the name of that guy?
Oh my
Bear
god.
with like the mouth and the two legs.
I'm closing it.
God.
I'm not in there anymore.
That is so fucking funny.
Join
Holy
our Discord.
shit. Join our Discord.
Lorax Dandy can't hurt you. Lorax
That's
I fight for the trees.
Maybe we should take a rest before we try and heal this guy. I
All
sure
right.
need it.
Well, maybe he'll sleep it off and he'll wake up in the morning too. That's a good idea. We could all use some sleep. Why don't we, Hank, if you want to pilot us, take your time. Let's not rush back to the space station. But let's start heading in that direction.
I think that's a good idea.
And you do so. You know that you had set a rendezvous point with the boss that was not space sector 777.
That's right.
So you punch in the agreed upon preset coordinates, and you have about probably about a week-long trip ahead of you to get there.
It's like 10
and
minutes.
Shit, he's moving the bosses over there! I'll walk into my quarters.
holy shit, he's right over there!
I'll walk into my quarters, and I'll do the thing where I'll pull off my shoe, and it's just my foot in a rabbit slipper. And then I'll pull off my other shoe, it's a rabbit slipper. I'll pull off my suit, and I'll hang it up, and it's just my bathrobe. And then as soon as I get ready for bed, suddenly 5 o'clock shadow will appear on my face. And I'll say, okay, my white noise machine, and I'll reach up and I'll press one of the extra large Maul Williams face masks. And it's just like, and I'll get in the covers and I'll pull it up. It's like, have a holly jolly, fly me to the moon.
I vote we moita chuckle.
I propose we kill Chuckle.
I doze off in the most peaceful sleep I've ever experienced.
That's funny.
I also will get into my room, and I'm already starting to feel hungry again. Very aching, sore. I'll pull my helmet off and set it down. I will slide out of my suit and let the pieces sort of collect on the top of the bed that I don't sleep in. I'll give it a quick once over to clean it, see that it needs perhaps a few repairs where it needs buffing, a few dents, sigh heavily, and then sloop into my helmet and attempt to rest.
And you do so. You're able to go into your rooms, go to bed. Just as you're slooping into your helmet, you have a brief thought to yourself. Well, that chuckle, I can't do an outrageous French accent, but you have the brief thought to yourself. Chuckles is really funny. I wonder what he'd look like without a head. And then
I go to a peaceful slumber.
You hear from the door. I'm assuming our rooms are next to each other.
Don't let the intrusive thoughts win.
A funny to a
My weird gelatinous mustache bristles.
An unusual, murderous, intrusive thought.
Yeah.
Oh, those
Yeah.
Chuckle bullets.
Yeah, how unusual is it really, though?
That's funny as fuck.
and then you all go to bed.
We go to bed.
And everyone benefits from
Yes.
a long rest.
If it ever matters, Mace, I'll just throw it out there now. My sleep is more of meditative, and I only need 4 hours instead of the usual 8.
We get it. You meditate.
Yeah, it's awesome. And especially if we're like around like any kind of star, like a solar star that's giving off radiation, right? I would, generally be found maybe sitting and contemplating the existence of these stars and taking in their radiance.
Yeah, I would say maybe even after the experience you've had on this planet, you would have actually gone to the deck of the ship. And knowing that as you head out in this course that you're plotting, you choose to maybe meditate out there in full exposure to the stars that you would be coming across on the journey. and you will benefit from the effects of a long rest as you intake the warmth of the solar radiance.
Do you like close the door and then hit the 0G or turn off the gravity and then you're just like floating around?
I would say sometimes.
Yeah.
For sure, it depends. Like there would be times that Pike would absolutely just use his bed.
Yeah.
But then there'd be other times that you might find him just meditating on different parts of the ship, depending on where he would be able to see any kind of large stars that we might be, flying past.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah, definitely some zero G stuff to.
Just like a low ship rumble.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
With like the full windows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Kino.
Yeah.
You move into the next day, and as you awaken, you know the course that you plotted, very simply, very clean, easy course, A to B, nothing in your way. But you get a pretty early ping, Rhett, that for whatever reason, Dandy usually doesn't make mistakes, but along your path, in the center of it, where nothing should be, there seems to be a planet you're moving towards.
Well, ain't that just dandy? Hank, are you paying attention? We got a planet right in the way.
Hank responds, there shouldn't be anything here. Nothing on any star maps. And this course is traveled. There shouldn't be, but there does seem to be some response on the readout that suggests otherwise.
I guess I'll just go to the bridge and just sort of look out and see what I can see.
Roll an investigation check.
That's no planet. 20.
Oh, very good.
Holy shit.
You head out. You just drop the sun visors down. You don't rely on the readouts. You just look out into space in front of you, and you see, oddly, a completely devoid black circle in the in space ahead of you, almost like the absence of something else. Like normally you look out and see bespeckled stars in front of you, candy-coated colorways, but this is just almost like somebody took scissors to the air in front of you and just cut a little circle out of it, cut a chunk.
Now I will actually say, that's no planet. Hank, cut thrusters. And I'll get on the intercom. Crew to the bridge, please.
All right. And I will get ready and head out there as soon as I hear it.
And I'll just sort of be just staring in awe as they come in, just letting it speak for itself.
What is happening here?
What is that?
Oh. Looks like someone took giant, comically large pair of scissors, cut it out of space.
It looked like one of the holes you sometimes pull objects out of.
Oh no.
Does it look familiar to me?
Roll an investigation check, actually.
Oh.
I've never seen anything like it, but I figured maybe one of you has.
Oh, I'm going to use the twist of fate.
Have I seen anything
Yeah,
like
that was gonna be my question. If any of us would be familiar with something like this.
I would say immediately no one would feel as though they're familiar with it. But we'll see where this goes.
What was the check?
Arcana.
Arcana.
Oi, oi, oi.
Oh, 21.
So, maybe a dumb question. I apologize. This is stupid. Would any of us be familiar with what a black hole is? Or is that not a concept?
Let me show you.
You absolutely would be familiar with the concept of a black hole, also from Rhett.
Right.
Just like in general, like kind of gravity, displacement.
And this doesn't feel
pressure.
like that.
No. It's not encircling. It doesn't look like a force. It just looks kind of like
It's
looks
not a black
like
hole, it's just a black hole.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get it. Yeah.
Spaghetti.
I'll just look to Rhett. Damn.
Yeah. Damn.
Chuckles, you look out, and you think, this seemed familiar to me. And you think about the way that you pull on the honk weave, and how you can infect things in that form. And you feel a sense of familiarity, but legally distinct.
Oh no.
What?
This is the work. Do I think I know what that means?
You would have heavy suspicions that this is of a discordant nature.
Oh! This is the work of the spooky boys.
What does that mean?
Spooky boys?
Talking about Chuckles.
Oh gosh. Have you never met any other discordant outside of Motlians before?
Thankfully, no.
No.
Oh, we gotta
Have
we gotta get away from this. We gotta get away. They're extra spooky. We're about to go into a Halloween special if we don't get the fuck out of here.
Have we ever seen Chuckles this, like, worried? Even comically so?
I'll leave that to you. I think that you would know of what he speaks, but it would be very... If you had met one, they would have been trying very hard to hide it.
Do you mean this is discordant?
Yes. Entropy. The Walking Dead. The spooky boys.
I think he's serious.
Is this... I mean, is this in our path for a reason?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think... I mean, I'm not friends with any of them. I mean, I'm not followed. I'm not giving any kind of information. I don't talk very loudly near the new coffee machine that the boss very kindly installed without asking for us. I take a giant bond.
It's a giant Keurig.
God, that thing's loud.
What? It's really fun when Mikey and Derek do the DMing for you. Sit back. Yeah.
Well, for what it's worth, Chuckles, you've mentioned these discordant before, but half of what you say rarely makes any sense anyway. I mean, we've never met one of these things. How do we even know it's real?
Well, we don't have to find out if it's real if we just kind of let's Hank thrust her the way from the giant hole.
He keeps talking into your wrist.
Yeah. I'll just look over to Hank. Let's fly around it. What do you think?
I'm looking at this hole. I haven't said anything, but I think of black holes, actual black holes, which we may or may not have some familiarity with, is my understanding. Mm-hmm. And then I think of spaghettification. And then I think of spaghetti. And then I think about how hungry I am again.
I think that's a very reasonable path for you to take.
And then I remember what's happened in the last day or so, and I think of the whole and my feelings within. Do I feel a pull or a connection or any kind of drawing sense to the source of this thing?
Fuck.
You definitely, since waking up, you'd satiated a lot of your hunger the day prior, and you were working towards it. And you're really regaining, right? You're reforming your musculature state, your goo muscles. And that's still in effect, right? You're fully fleshed out now. You've rested, you've recovered, but you are far more hungry for breakfast than you've ever been in your time. But you don't draw any parallels between yourself and what is in front of you.
So there isn't a pull or a connection. It doesn't feel okay. So I'll just get in line behind the Keurig and continue to keep my mouth shut.
Listen, Rhett, whatever this is, I'm all for just avoiding it entirely. Anything that's between us and our bounty, we need to get him turned in. We need the credits.
Does it look like we can just just go around it?
Yeah. I'd say as you continue, even with the thrusters cut out, you have a degree of inertia that's continuing to push you forward, though far slower, right? But as you get a little bit closer to it, you start to realize that it's not flat. like you thought maybe initially when you
Right.
just saw like a devoid of space. It starts to look spherical.
This is like a whole damn planet. Made of nothing.
Oh. The entropy, they're a real buzzkill. They're just a real buzzkill. They're not fun. They're all miserable and depressing. We don't want to get mixed up with them. I'm telling you. Oh, hold on. We don't want to get mixed up with them.
All right, I'll take your word for it. This just seems a little coincidence. I mean, I don't know. I'm not superstitious, but hopefully this isn't related to what the boss is dealing with.
Wait, did we ever find out what Rex was doing with the boss? And wasn't he funding all the stuff with Perfect Jackson?
Probably a good time to start talking to Rex.
He may be awake, and I never checked his prison wallet.
Oh no!
I do this with my gauntlets, and then I start to make my way down the hallway.
Lelouch is gonna kill this guy from the inside.
All right, Pike, what do you think? Since you have history with him, maybe you're the one that at least initiates the conversation?
He may not cooperate. I'm happy to ask him some questions, but let's make it quick. I want some food. I want those credits.
All right, well, maybe you see if he's awake. Dandy can maybe patch him up a little bit.
If he doesn't cooperate, I'm turning him over to LaBouche.
That's fine. That's why we pay him the no bucks.
Is it in the no bucks?
The no bucks, that's right.
So you start to make your way towards the brig or your December Ween storage facility, and you're walking down you're walking down the hallway, and you gave Hank these instructions, right? Like, hey, try and skirt the sphere. Let's get around it. And you make your way, probably about halfway, 75% of the way to the brig, before everyone needs to make a dex saving.
Oh, no.
Yes!
Natural 20!
Oh, 21.
While you do that, I'm gonna run it through again. You never get enough coffee out of these things.
Are we making a dex saving throw because the ship has jolted?
You're about to find out.
You are about to find
Well,
out.
it's very important because Chuckles is scalded by extraordinarily hot
We'll get there,
cherry
we'll
coffee.
get there. What's everyone's numbers?
Bugged coffee.
21.
21,
18.
20, 18,
10.
22.
10, 19. Chuckles?
24.
Wow!
Or holy smokes.
Nice job, crew.
On your way to the...
Well, you got your own thing going on, man.
Yeah, you're fine.
Nobody can help you.
Here, can you just roll this for me so I can test the theory?
If I touch it, it's gonna. I'm done.
Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to
The
do.
Baba Yaga curse is going to strike if I touch it. Ah! It'd be like reverse Space Jam.
That's really funny.
14, not bad.
Yes, so that's exactly what's happened. As you started to move towards the brig, you realize that the ship has come to a complete halt as it's trying to move around the sphere. Everyone except LaBouche passes, so you fly through the air and hit the side of the ship, and you don't take any damage.
Ow!
You just fall.
We have padded walls.
Oh my God, what the fuck was that?
That's not good.
Hank radios back to you and says, "We're in full thrusters, trying to pull away, and we're being pulled towards the planet."
Red, I thought you said this wasn't a black hole.
It ain't a black hole, but we're being pulled in either way.
Oh no.
All right. You keep going to the brig and figure out if Rex knows any fucking thing about this. I'm gonna go help Hank.
God damn it, okay.
And I'm gonna basically like stomp back to Hank, and I'm gonna just try to sort of see if I can like help him or take manual control and try to pull out while they do their thing.
I'm gonna head with Pike and see if I can help convince Rex to talk.
I'll stay behind Kavir.
You get up to the control room. You hop into your captain's chair. Hank hops out of the seat and onto the arm and plops down right next to you. And kind of almost sinks into it a little bit. And you start to take manual controls. You see a little bit of what's happening now. You don't see any kind of tangible force, but your hands on the sticks. You've piloted this a million times. It's even easier than riding an ether bike. You're trying to punch the levers. You're in full thrust. You're trying to pull away, and you start to feel the thrusters go out. And you're being pulled towards this structure. And as you get just a little bit closer, you pierce through the darkened veil, and you see in front of you a gray planet with twisting, gnarling black trees coming out from, erupting from its earth. And then we'll go to the brig. What are you guys doing?
Shit. I would lead my 2 other crewmates towards where we're holding Rex, with the understanding that I'm going to ask the questions, and if we need to, you guys are going to rough them up. But hopefully it won't come to that.
Yeah.
And my goal would be essentially to ask Rex a series of questions, while essentially using my insight skill to try to discern whether or not he's telling the truth as I'm asking him questions.
Do we think that he knows anything about the gem?
We're gonna find out. Okay. I've got a few up here that I want to talk to old Rexy boy about here. Mm-hmm. So whenever we get there, I'd see if he's awake, and if he isn't, I'd rattle the cages.
You enter the brig, the 3 of you, and you see rolled over onto the ground from the force of the stoppage, Rex, awake now, knocked alert, with the ether zip ties on, and looks up at you entering in. Says, "Oh, hey, Pike, you got a cigarette for me?"
Maybe if you answer my questions appropriately.
What do you got?
So here's the deal. We may or may not have much time left until our ultimate demise, so hopefully this will motivate you to tell the truth.
Oh, that sounds like a Thursday, or the equivalent of.
Let's start from the beginning. What were you doing in the temple?
Well, that's pretty simple, Pike. I was hunting treasure. I lifted a little something off the boss, and in my quest, found that he had some coordinates that led me straight there. And just back behind that wall of ice was supposed to be a relic of great power. You cash in on something like that, you're retired forever.
What do you know about the relic?
Well, not too much, to be honest with you. Just that it's in high demand. Anybody, Empire, Saurians, sell it to anybody. And we all would have paid a high price.
Ask him if he knows what it looks like.
Do you have any idea what the relic actually looks like?
Well, something about a glow, but it just felt like one of those you know it when you sees it kind of things.
After we apprehended you, the wall of ice broke and the light from behind it was gone. There was nothing in there.
Oh, Pike, you're holding out on me. You guys took the relic? Come in, man. I'll help you fence it.
I'm gonna Pike on the shoulder.
Yeah, sure. I would say if he is trying to discern whether I'm telling the truth, I would say that I'm not holding anything back and I am acting, I would be being honest.
Yeah. He's not lying. It was gone, but because we took it. And I'm gonna snap my fingers and have the gem appear out of the wrist pocket that I have. And using, does it glow inherently, or is the gem just like a normal looking gem?
So it's kind of like a sapphire.
So using minor illusion, I'm gonna add a glow to it. And then have it in my hand.
Mmm.
Tricky.
Roll deception check.
Ooh, yeah.
Twist it.
Pretty good.
That's a
Just
20.
yeah,
It's a
20.
20.
It's a 20.
It's a 20.
Dirty 20.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably not
20
insightful.
so dirty.
I don't trust Mace.
I mean, listen, if you want to twist it, I'll twist it.
That's fine.
Twist it as you take whatever's better.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to knock this guy out with a 30, fuck this guy.
24.
3 more.
Hell yeah.
That's a 16.
4
right?
more.
Slav on
Yeah,
the
it's 16.
knob.
24. Even dirtier 24.
24 is what you needed.
In character.
That's the relic?
That's what was behind the wall.
Huh. Well, I thought it'd be bigger.
What else can you tell us about it?
I don't know, like I said, I don't know too much about it. Just that they were willing to pay top dollar for it. I don't know if the Empire wants it. That's retirement funds.
So you lifted the coordinates off the boss. And what else did you take?
Get on his face laughing at Rex.
Some things I can't say in mixed company, Pike.
I look to Kavir. I look to Labouche. I look back to Rex and I say, mixed company.
Or at all.
I'll give you one more chance before Labouche rearranges your limbs and organs.
I do this with my hands, but there are no knuckles to crack, so just like
It's shockingly unterrifying.
From the inside
like
or the
disturbing.
out?
dealer's choice.
Listen, Pike, I'm caught. You got me dead to rights. I'd tell you if I knew. Or I'd tell you if... Well, I'd tell you if I wanted to.
You know there's a good chance once we turn you over to the boss that he just kills you.
Not with what I got.
If we... Does it look like, just based on what he said, if Labouche and I were to leave the room, does it seem like he'd be a little more amenable to talk to
Like, roll an insight check.
Ooh.
Can I assist him at the inside?
Sure, yeah. You're using insight as you walked in to get a sense
I think it's
of...
roll advantage.
Better.
Better.
12.
You think that he's holding on pretty close to this information in particular, and even if it was just Pike, you'd be hard pressed. But also, while you're at it, can you roll dex saves?
Yes.
All of us or just them?
Oh, everybody.
Finally rolled low. I got a 10.
I got a natural 1.
15 this time.
Nice. We all failed.
8.
Eric does not.
8.
You said Dex?
Yeah.
Dex, you say?
Dex.
Eight as well.
23.
Anyone who is under 10 is going to take 7 damage.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good.
What kind
I steady myself.
Yeah.
I almost lose my footing, but I steady myself.
What kind of damage?
Well, anyone under 15 is going to fall.
Okay, I fall.
Anyone under 10 is going to take 7
gonna
points of
die.
bludgeoning damage.
So I take 3 points for that.
I would stand up. I would stand up then, and I'd look Rex dead in the eye and say, "I'm telling you, we might not have much longer here. This is your last chance to tell us everything."
Red. The ship is now being pulled incredibly fast towards the planet. You're beginning to careen towards its surface. As once you were able to kind of fight back against it, and it was a slow pull, there was a dramatic yank, casting everyone to the ground as you're now hurtling towards the planet's surface.
I'm on the ground and I'm gonna reach up for the intercom button. I'm gonna be like, "We're getting pulled in. Brace for impact."
And I would just point to where I hear the intercom coming, and basically look at him like, "I'm laying it all out here. This isn't a trick. We very much well could die."
Well, sounds like we're just out of time.
I will reach into my coat, pull out a second cigarette, light it, and pass it to him through the bars to give him one last cigarette.
Wow.
It's like operation. That is your
Pretty
hand.
badass thing to say, motherfucker.
You're gonna die, bitch.
And then I'll take a drag on mine, and then I'll say, "Oh yeah, one more thing," and I'll reach into my coat pocket and I'll produce the 777 key.
Slick Rick.
Oh, you son of a! And the bed slides over and hits him as the ship jolts again, and knocks him unconscious.
Conveniently unconscious.
And then I'll be like, "Damn, I thought we were getting something." And I'll just stick the key back in my pocket.
A Billy bass falls up. Lands on his chest.
Dislodges from the wall, stuck in between the wall and the bed. A large
Slaps his
mouthed
face.
William Bass bounces across the floor and lands.
William Bass.
I'll turn to Kavir and I'll just say, "He seems pretty convinced that the boss isn't gonna kill him."
He has to have something good. He's untouchable, he thinks.
Well, I guess we better hope we all make it out of here in one piece.
Speaking of which, and I will put one of my boots against the hallway. I will lock my other boot down, and as I start to juice out, I can basically frame the entire hallway and push all against the ceiling and both walls, and just brace myself as much as possible using my weird gooey body.
As we're just careening, it's like, oh, maybe I can use the hallway, duh! And I just hit the back wall.
The current falls on top of
Scalding hot.
And then a largemouth William Bass on top of that in the background. That's one of the Santa's plays.
I just hit the back.
As you just cascaded by a wall of junk.
Yeah. Red lights are flashing on the bridge. You're, whoop, whoop, pull up. Whoop, whoop, pull up.
Yeah,
Danger, Red. Danger.
I would say after that, I would just casually take my time, far too casually for what's happening. Take my time back to the bridge and steadying myself, maybe losing my footing, falling, getting back up, and taking everybody back to where Red is and try to get and assess the situation.
You're able to, the three of you together, move back, and you're getting jostled around. The ship is moving very quickly. Once you reach the bridge, Rhett, you'll have seen that what has occurred is that you were careening towards this planet, and it looked as though you're about to crash. You're coming straight for the ground, and then something. You think, I don't know, your ace pilot maneuvering.
I'm trying.
As you go, you're still on the sticks. You're trying to level out. It's just not going until you're just about to land directly into the ground, and you pull back with everything you have. The ether hands pull out and grab on the rails again, and you're able to just pull it back as the ship kind of levels out and comes to almost like a bouncing stop.
Like comic.
As it then lands on the no, sorry, not forward. It stops moving forward. It just starts to kind of trampoline almost,
suspended,
before it stops on the ground.
Everyone okay?
You're live.
Yes, I am okay.
Oh no. Oh, they have us.
Red, we got any kind of a status report? What's going on?
I have no idea what the fuck this is. We pierced some kind of veil, and all of a sudden there was the planet. I want to look up and see if I can see the is it just like pure black above us when we pierce through the?
You look up and you see the stars of space outside as you look to see what you're looking for, and you see normally what you would expect as you pierce through this darkened shell. It seems as though you have the capacity to look out beyond it.
It's like a one-way mirror.
What in the hell? What do you know about this? What can you tell me?
Dungeon Master. What can I tell Rhett?
You believe yourself to be very correct in your suspicion of the force that you think has pulled you in. You look out the window and you see gray landscape. You see black and gnarled trees and roots. and you believe that you're stuck in the ground. You think that this is the doings of a kinfolk to you almost, whereas you are a Motlian, a discordant of joy,
Revelry, thrill,
whatever. Something fun. You're a discordant of revelry, thrill. Someone who lives their life in an extreme way. You believe that you're about to come upon a people who also live their lives in an extreme way. But by looking around, very possibly of entropy.
Oh gosh, no, these guys. So you know how like discordant, or like there's the 4 forces of discord, right? And I'm getting out. We got it. I'm just like pressing buttons. We gotta get out of here. It's not doing anything. And I look at the coffee machine.
Another pod goes in. The power's gone out to it though. It doesn't make that sound.
And Motlians that were created from humans based on the force of revelry and thrill and joy. And then these guys, this is entropy, this is death, this is fear, this is, oh gosh, it's black and white and gray, and I'm gonna turn it into a mime if I stay any longer here. Do you know how bad that's gonna be? This is so bad for my disposition and all of my chakras. I'm going to get so blocked up. It's all entropy, it's all death. We're all gonna turn into a bunch of miserable little zombie shit if we stay any longer. We gotta get out of here. Hank, help me out. Dandy, chart us the course.
Hold on a second, Chuckles.
Hank starts slamming the thruster button with his paw, going like this, and you can feel them almost attempt to fire, but it feels as though something is gumming them up.
Look, you've mentioned this once or twice, I suppose, in the past, but you also mentioned humans. All right? None of us are human. Are we still gonna be okay, or what's the deal here?
All I know is that discordant, we don't get along with each other. So there's the 4 forces. You got clowns, you got bots, you got beasts, and you got zombies. And we're here with the undead, and it's gonna turn into some spooky stuff. There's gonna be some xylophones on bones. I don't know what's gonna happen. I can't promise all of your safety. They're gonna see me and they're gonna be like, wow, look at this clown fuck. Look at him, he's so colorful. We hate that. That bums us out, because we're always bummed out and fucking miserable.
I'm gonna put my hand up.
Oh! Danny, I'm freaking out here!
I'm just gonna rest my hand gently and say, Chuckles, the last time something like this happened, you told me to point to this and show you this. I'm going to point to the namaste sign. Does that make you feel better? You always make me feel better.
Dandy, you always know how to center me and clear out my chakras.
We're going to get through this.
Namaste, Dandy. Oh, I feel good. My mantras. One clown day at a time. All will be well. Tomorrow is another day. If we get trapped in entropy, there will be no more tomorrow. Oh, I'm already getting affected, guys.
What can we do besides leave?
I don't know. Kill everybody that's keeping us here? I don't know.
So is this gonna turn to blood?
It might. I don't know.
Can these things be reasoned with? If it's what you say it is.
I mean, they can be reasoned with as much as I can be reasoned with, so yes, extremely reasonable.
So no, not at all.
Well, why don't we go out and we can make groundfall, planetfall from their miserable, depressing, spooky world with no joy and no fun.
Chuckles, are these creatures made of organic matter?
Well, am I made of organic matter? Yeah, I think technically. I mean, it might be kind of more abstract and philosophical and kind of interdimensional, but we were all once human, so we all kind of have that core to our being. But there's kind of like some reality warping bits, right? There's kind of the whole like, you know what I mean?
Clearly.
Like the whole like, there's this and there's this and You know what I mean?
Is the bush like drooling?
If it comes to
It's
fighting,
like a lasagna. Layers.
it would not be the end of the world.
Oh,
We,
it's a bad scene. That's all I'm saying.
it's a bad scene, but we're stuck here right now. We can't leave, right? The only thing to do is go out there?
Rhett, no idea what's wrong with the ship, just everything's gone out.
Some kind of tractor beam or gravitational pull, or it doesn't seem natural. I think what Chuckles is saying is correct. I mean, this isn't some sort of cosmic force that pulled us down here. It seems intentional. But the good news, what you're fucking telling me, is that these are people of some kind.
Yeah.
And we can at least talk to people or kill people if we fucking need to.
Well, just like how we clowns can use the honk weaving to go and have some FTL biz, right? And can manipulate and jump around. Entropy, I'm presuming by just from context clues, is all about sucking because they fucking suck. And also, it'll be very apropos when we meet a vampire. I don't know if you've heard of that, but they suck too, literally and figuratively.
Is all the power out on the ship?
No, just the coffee machine. So he'd stop doing that.
DM tip number 342.
Kill the power to whatever you don't want them to touch.
Oh, great.
Well, I'd say that Kavir is right. We're gonna have to go see what's going on out there.
All right. Well, let's get to it then. Oh, did Rex tell you anything interesting?
I really felt like we were getting somewhere, but then with all the shifting that was happening on the ship, he was knocked unconscious by the sliding of the bed.
Cut back to Rex, and he's there unconscious. The William Bass is on top of his chest, and the lit cigarette is on his sleeve.
Yes!
Pine needles.
Pine needles litter the floor.
It was like
The
Kinwood, he never
cigarette
stood a
starts
chance.
Did I sweep up all of the needles? Yeah, I think I did.
That whole brig was like a tinderbox. He never stood a chance.
Is the door still locked?
Yeah,
That's why I was asking if the power was
yeah,
out.
everything seemed to be operational, at least when we walked away.
I mean, the ship's fine. It didn't take much damage from the impact, and I mean, it just seems like something wanted us here and pulled us in. So, Hank, buddy, you're coming with me. Let's go investigate. I'll hit the button, and the, what did you call it?
Gangway.
The gangway will drop.
The gangway at the very back drops down. You make your way through the ship, and you move out into what is very clearly now a forest. As I said, gray earth stretches out in all directions. Black, gnarled roots, trees, no leaves, but somehow they almost seem to block out the sky above you. Just from how their branches turn and twist and weave together. But very clearly, a path that stretches off in front of you.
When you say like a gray world, like is this like devoid of color, or it's just like?
No, not necessarily. Like, you know, you'll have like not a blue sky, it's not day, but like you could look up and see the colors of space. It's just kind of like gray, muted ground, black trees, but it's not. You don't get the sense that it's like magically sapped of color.
I'm picturing like twisted tree line, like spooky haunted forest.
Yes, exactly correct. Yeah.
Spooky boys.
Spooky boys. Why did it have to be spooky boys?
Well, if we encounter any of them, should you do the talking?
No! They're gonna look at me and say, "Oh, let's go make fun of the clowns. Hey, nice big feet, bozo." And my feeling will be very hurt.
When you suggested that, the most emotion I've ever seen was a concerned look that I looked at Red.
A collective no from all of us. So you said there's like a path laid out?
Yep. It's a path.
Well, whatever brought us here looks like it's leading us somewhere. Unless this is the most conveniently placed location ever.
No, I think it's all intentional.
There are polar opposites. We're mortal nemesis.
I just want to clarify one thing before we continue. You said mimes. Did you mean that literally?
Well, they're not mimes. Mimes fall more in the cloud. They're kind of more in the nebulous area. Nobody likes mimes. Not them, not us.
Fair
And
enough.
so mimes there are kind of like we have like the big titty goth clowns,
Oh, I remember.
and those kind of, they
says that
flirt
picture?
with the entropy, but they fall back into the thrill and the revelry. Understand?
Pike's sad we're not on the planet.
There's a lot of,
It's more of an Andy thing.
the whole thing about the discordant is that we're just not, it doesn't really make sense. Oh, because after I say it, it all sounds very stupid.
Are we actually dealing with undeath?
From a certain point of view,
What do you make of this?
I mean, you know, it's as much as you know, a
discuss
beast.
this, you're walking down the path.
Yes,
we're walking
You're moving forward.
Chuckles is leading the way.
Yeah, Chuckles
We're
is
advancing the
so-
plot. Don't worry.
Begrudgingly leading the way.
Chuckles is leading the way, and at the front, Chuckles, roll a perception check for me.
Oh, spooky, scary skeleton. Then shivers. Oh, can I twist this? Just one twist. No, that is acceptable money, as a wise man once said.
Oh, it's a donkey.
Acceptable money for perception, as you would say. +1. A 17. I'm the only Dungeons and Dragons character in history and is not proficient in perception. 17.
With a 17, you start to get the sense that there's something beyond the tree line, that maybe it feels a little bit like being watched. Is there just something in the space around you? And you hear this almost like chitinous chittering. Just
Do I get any kind of sense from what I know? Then this might be like a giant spider or something.
you would get the sense that it might be a giant spider. But you would not necessarily. Oh, that's really funny. You would not necessarily. Yeah, you get the sense that it's a giant spider.
Oh, giant spider! Really? Oh gosh, there's gonna be a spooky ghost in a sheet that's gonna show up, and that tree's gonna move with the face on it. Oh! It's like it was dragged away by Shelob.
No, it's that moment in Lord of the Rings where Frodo gets stabbed in the back.
Yeah. Guys, my guess is that there's a giant spooky spider.
And you all look around. You start to take vision of the tree line. You attempt to sense it. You listen out for that kind of chitinous chittering, but you don't track anything. Nothing comes.
What are you talking about? I don't see or hear anything.
Well, maybe it wasn't a spider. I'm just presuming that's kind of, they're into spiders and stuff, and bats and spooky stuff. We're probably fine. Let's keep going. I think it was just my nerves playing tricks on me.
Right, you brush off your shoulder just a little bit coming off the ramp, and you notice a bit of like web.
Spider,
Just
you
kinda
say?
Cast to the side.
No, it was my imagination. Let's keep walking.
All right.
We continue.
I'm very on edge now, so
Yeah.
I'll have my cannon just like sort of ready to go.
You continue. You're moving along down this path. A cool breeze whips through the air, but not cold. Not cold like where you've been. Just an autumnal cool. As you walk down this gray, muted path through this field of darkened trees. It eventually leads downward and opens up. And in front of you, you see a black iron wrought gate that extends out. Seems to just disappear into hills on either side, with a very small, poorly written, handwritten sign that just says, "Welcome to Nightingale."
Nightingale. I didn't say that out loud.
You would?
I did.
You're right, Dandy.
You didn't say that out loud? You did.
Nightingale. This is definitely Hallmark Spooky Boy.
Meaning, this is like a town of dead people?
What a trap.
Probably all of the above. I feel my colors draining in this place.
Does he look like his colors are draining in this place?
No, he
just gonna ask
doesn't.
that.
No.
Just
It's a spiritual thing, Bruce.
I didn't say anything.
It's all hyperbole.
He does feel very much that way, but it's in the sense that they are on like oil and water. I'm gonna refuse to elaborate.
That's fine.
you can't make me.
You can't make me.
Are we blocked? Is there is the gate in our way?
There's a gate, and above it, a stone gargoyle, a single stone gargoyle that perches above it, unmoving.
Yikes.
Hey, you! Tell your skelly boys that we're here to parlay.
I thought they were spooky boys.
Spooky boys, skelly boys, sucky boys, you know.
There are visitors.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Is that thing alive?
From a certain point of view.
Thank you. I would save me from having to say it.
Why does everyone keep saying that?
Why have you come to Nightingale?
You tell us! You sucked our ship to hell in here, which is also hell, but I repeat myself. I'm not fucking around, gargoyle!
Motlians.
Just the one, actually.
You crashed.
We didn't crash, we bounced like a trampoline!
We were pulled here
We were pulled here!
by someone or something.
By someone or something!
And this was not supposed to be in the flight path.
This is not supposed to be in the flight path!
I'm better than that.
She is.
Are you saying Danny the bad navigator, Mr. Gargoyle? Is that what you're implying?
Well, she ain't. She's the best in the
Are you
galaxy.
implying that Red is actually a third-rate pilot at best, and he's actually not as good as he thinks he is, and really doesn't deserve to be our captain? Is that what you're implying?
Gargoyle's gonna end it. So.
You're a third-rate pilot with a
If
fourth-rate ship.
the doors open, will he stop talking?
Probably not.
No promises, but we'd at least be away from you.
That will do.
Are you implying that Pike isn't as cool as he thinks he is, and his jacket doesn't look that awesome?
The doors swing wide as you are ushered into Nightingale.
The nerve of some of these gargoyles, I tell ya.
Oh, hello, everybody. And as the gates swing wide open,
Mr. Mime.
in front, Mr. Meeseeks, sitting right in front of you, is a much smaller gargoyle. Gray skin, kind of like not horns, or maybe horns, but like flattened at the edges. Very small, tiny wings, bat-like. As it sits at the front. Ushering you in, and you see stretching out, now that the gates are open, you see stretching out behind you a town of black buildings, and you see creatures ushering to and fro. You do see what you make out to be maybe ghouls? People who look maybe dead, almost like sewn together. And you absolutely, at the far end of town, see suckers. Bloodsuckers.
Jesus.
We can take advantage of it.
Zombians, I hate these guys.
Oh, welcome to Nightingale. You have just arrived at Nightingale. The gates, the iron wrought black gates, open up in front of you, and almost in a similar way. When you'd peered through their bars before, it didn't seem like there was too much beyond them. A little dip in the earth, rolling hill. But as they opened up, you now are exposed to very much a town behind you. You hear sounds carried throughout the air, the familiar tune of a xylophone. You see the similar gray, the path you had trod before now turns into a cobblestone gray walkway as it weaves through the houses here. What seems like it is very normally bleak and bland, it seems as though you've come at a time where they're setting up for something. You see pumpkins, you see some orange, very much there. You see people coming to and fro, moving things about, carrying crates, setting things up. They seem to be not very many smiles. You see ghouls traditionally, people sewn together. You see creatures with long ears, fangs bared, dressed very finely. You also notice a very clear distinction between several people. Though it seems as though, as much as they're moving to accomplish things, that the town has kind of fallen to disrepair. It's not extremely well cared for, though it is very well lived in. And in front of you, the gargoyle. Welcome to Nightingale.
Thank you.
Well, we're not very welcome to be here. How do we get off of this rock? Yourself, you little shit.
Yourself.
I will literally,
Gosh, I hate Motland.
Well, you know, it's mutual, okay? I don't want to be here. You don't want me to be here. You sucked us into the planet.
We never sucked you into the planet.
Likely story.
It is a likely story. We don't want your kind around here.
Take us to your leader.
What? What, you mean the king?
There's always a king, isn't there?
Well, we're electing a new one tomorrow night.
What?
So officially, there's no king right now.
You elect the king? That's ridiculous. Shouldn't it be a hereditary monarchy?
Well, that's a little too much, establishment.
Gosh, I forgot how progressive of a republic you guys have. I'm actually a little impressed.
You've come, Justin. You come.
As a quick aside, down a cul-de-sac, I didn't know that you did all of the voices for every character in Revendreth in Shadowlands. That's amazing. Way to go! That's fantastic.
You didn't see me credited on the
Every
box
character.
Yeah.
Well done.
You've come on the eve of the Festival of Blood.
I don't like the way he said that.
It was weirdly ominous.
Say that again.
You've come on the eve of the Festival of Blood.
Blood, you say?
Why do you gotta say it that way?
Say.
Can you stop saying it that way and like say it normal?
What do you mean, say it normal? This is how we pronounce it. The Festival of Blood.
Are you saying blood?
Blood.
Blood.
Blah, like it is boring? Like blah, like this is boring?
No, it's not boring. It's very, well, It's a festival. It's gonna be fun for
What
some.
happens exactly at this festival?
Well, the three primary families compete to see who will be king for the next year.
Can anyone compete for this? Or only the families?
It's unusual, but yeah, I guess anybody can compete. Just only the three families have ever done it before.
Don't get any ideas, anybody. Nobody needs to be a king of fucking Spooky Town, all right?
Yeah, we're not staying here. We have a bounty to deliver, credits to receive, and food to buy.
But think about how much blood we could have.
Where are you keeping the giant tractor beam?
We don't have a giant tractor beam.
I mean, the energy you need to be able to pull us out of space like that is immense. It's got to be around here somewhere.
Listen, I don't know. Are you saying you're in a spaceship that's not working, or why don't you just fly away?
That's what I'm saying. We can't. We got pulled in here, and we can't leave.
Why not?
Whatever brought us here is keeping us here.
Anybody that's in charge, can you point us in the right direction?
Well, officially, nobody's in charge.
Fuck.
It's kind of me.
It's pure anarchy.
Is there
I
no...
kind of like that. Stop trying to convince me to come around.
I don't want you
I'm
to
not
come
gonna.
around. You just get. Well, you can just get on out of here.
No, why don't you get out of here then?
I live here.
Oh,
just have
fuck,
to
you're
get-
right. I hate that he makes sense.
Oh, what?
It makes me mad.
Well, I'm mad too, maybe.
Hold me back. Hold me back. I'm just not being held back. Hold me back, somebody.
Somebody hold me back.
Yeah, nobody makes a motion.
Oh, you're lucky they're
He
holding
starts
me back.
flying in circles right in front of you. Oh, you're lucky they're holding me back.
They're lucky. You're
lucky.
lucky they're holding me back.
Oh, gosh,
Yeah, well, I guess there's nothing to be done besides wait for a king to be elected.
Well, listen, if you're saying that something happened to your ship and it brought you down here, well, then I think that you should compete to become the king. You have all the resources of Nightingale, and you just tell everybody to go fix it. I mean, it's not gonna happen overnight because we don't like doing stuff.
Oh.
But
Oh. This is my nightmare. Literally. Oh.
if you're in charge,
I like cigarette. So we're doing a bottle episode.
officially we gotta listen to you.
We're doing a Sam Haines special.
At the Festival of Blood.
Okay.
Should we try to meet one of these families that is going to be competing?
Perhaps we can kill them and then claim victory as king.
And drink all of their blood?
Exactly right.
Oh, gosh, I had a big cup of coffee earlier. I'm a little full up.
You don't kill anyone in the festival.
Oh.
You just, you compete against the three other houses. The House of Emmerich, the House of the Steins, and the House of Jasper.
But there are no rules for not killing the families. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, it's like competition. You're engaged in things like pumpkin carving contests and telling ghost stories. And
Emmerich and Stein and which was the third one you said?
Jasper.
Red, I'm going back to the ship. Count me out for this one.
This does
I'll
sound
see you guys
kind
next
of
week.
And he leaves.
I suppose there's like a wrestling event, and maybe if you could injure somebody if you throw them to the ground real hard, but
fun. Maybe you'd like that one, Pike.
This really isn't my style.
you don't look like you'd be too good at wrestling. You're a little skinny.
No, it's never been really my forte.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually about kung fuing guys to death. You gotta keep that in mind if you want to keep those gargoyle wings on.
You better keep your in mind if you want to keep your stupid nose.
I can't take it off. Good luck.
Well,
Better men than you have tried.
I'm not a man.
Well, I don't know what to say to you other than take us to the families.
I'm a little out of my depth, I'm going to admit.
You're still just holding the gun.
So we have to carve pumpkins and tell stories. Are there any other activities for making yourself king that I'm a real threat in the muktuk eating contest.
Yeah.
True. Here's how it works, okay? Once a year, we can never agree on who actually runs Nightingale. So the 3 prime families each host an event. Families show up, they compete, they're victors, and whoever wins the most by the end is crowned the king. They also then get to name the festival for next time, so the vampires have been in charge. Hence the Festival of Blood. And they insist it's said that way. So, it depends on what they're hosting. They said generally 1 game each.
Well, I think we would smoke all of these zombos.
Well, that's only one of the families. One of them's ghosts, and the other's is vampires.
I think the Jaspers are the ghosts. Yeah?
Yeah, Jasper the unfriendly ghost.
Why did you know their house words? Be unfriendly or be dead.
And Stein is certainly zombies.
That's probably, his name is probably Frank. His middle name is Nathan.
Frank and Stein.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Expectations could be subverted, you never know.
But wait, what is our
Reread
family's
my
name?
notes really quick.
That's a good
Nathan,
point.
you said?
We need like a team name.
What is our family's name, Rhett?
The
We are a
Rhapsody.
family.
Well, I mean, from a certain point of view.
You can laugh, but you are the only family I've ever had.
No, you're right, Danny. We are a family. A found family. And with that, I'm not the most creative type, so I'm not going to name this.
We're the family of Hank, and Hank is going to be the next spooky king.
Okay, if that's what you're thinking, we're going to announce you as the House of Hank.
Works for me.
Yeah.
I kind of like that too.
All right, well, come on, then. We gotta get you signed up. And he'll turn and start to fly through the town, and he takes you on a little bit of a tour. You enter into, you walk down this cobblestone pathway. Homes on every side. You see candlelit windows, people enjoying meals, eating from bowls. You're not quite sure what they're consuming, though. It doesn't look appetizing. You see a collection of all sorts of, say, nightmare monsters. But for the most part, they all seem relatively welcoming. They don't seem to pay you much mind. As you move towards the promenade, you see the houses stretch outward and open into a large enclosure where a giant red tent has been erected. And written on the top of it is Festival of Blood. All in red with 4 O's.
It's like small O, big O, small O. Yeah, okay.
Festival of Blood?
It's pronounced blood.
It's pronounced blood.
As soon as you add that third O, it just sort of looks weird.
Only if you read it weird.
All right, sign us up.
All right. Here they are. Listen, we have a new entrant for the Festival of Blood. Seated down at a sign-up table, you see a man sitting there that looks like he's been stitched together. Like a kind of like greenish gray skin of different hues and colorations. It changed at each edge of the stitching. with just slightly kind of unhinged jaw. Oh, sign-ups are done. No, we have a new family. It's in the rules. They're allowed to sign up. Well, I already did 3 sign-ups. Well, come on. They can sign up. It doesn't matter if you did 3.
You okay?
I'm just got more to do. More stuff. So it turns around to and he picks up a tombstone off of like a pile of tombstones, and they have about 20. Behind him, laid side by side, you see the House of Emmerich, sorry. To in the dead center, the House of Stein, and just to the right of that, the House of Jasper.
The House of Hank. Our second choice was the House of Blues, but we heard it at a call-in and we hung up.
He doesn't laugh. He doesn't think that's funny.
He doesn't think that's funny. May says this, he's laughing. He doesn't think that's funny.
One last letter. What's a better name? As he takes a chisel and hammer and starts to carve into this tombstone, the House of Hank.
Exclamation mark at the end.
He didn't leave room for an exclamation
If you could have a million fucking O's and blood, you could fit an exclamation mark after Hank. I'm losing my cool here, folks.
Why are you holding him at gunpoint? He has to do this.
Fine. Oh, fuck.
And he carves.
Rhett, the kerning is a nightmare.
Yeah, you clearly like started real big and then just got smaller and then ran out of room.
Exactly
And then went down to the right.
It's like an elementary school project.
Yeah, dude. Clearly none too happy about doing any of it.
Why is it so hard to keep on a straight line? You always want to go down and to the right. Obviously the right, because that's how you write, but why do you keep going down? Because you go down the page?
Why are you asking me?
I believe it's
I don't chisel
because,
tombstones.
because your arm gets tired and you start to go.
Exclamation mark.
We signed up.
Oh, yeah. Exclamation mark.
Typical government employee.
Yeah, classic vintage.
There you go. And now, in line with the other 2 tombstones, you see added to it the House of Hank! Exclamation mark.
There we go.
Should we be concerned that this is on a tombstone? And what are the consequences for losing the games?
Well, just everybody in your house dies.
So yes, we should be concerned.
Oh, that was my attempt at a joke.
Your attempt at a joke. Get out of here, Gargoyle. Get out.
This is what Blue says in that voice. Get out of here, Gargoyle.
This guy just kicked him away like a fucking football.
What the actual fuck is happening?
Do we get to play games now?
Well, the Festival of Blood doesn't officially start until tomorrow night. So you'll have to spend the night in Nightingale. Nothing bad ever happens at night in Nightingale, so everybody's hopes.
I'd like to discern whether or not he's telling the truth.
Roll an insight check.
I just narrow my eyes at him and I'm like, wait a minute here.
Oh,
That's going to be a 25.
Only bad things happen.
I can tell he's absolutely lying.
But is there
I'm just trying to discern whether or not his
yeah.
statement, I feel like he's lying or not about nothing bad ever happens.
You don't necessarily get the sense that he's trying to obscure truth from you, but you don't believe those words.
Okay. He just seems kind of like a dunce at the end of the day, and he's just saying whatever he wants to say. Got it. I just, ever so slightly, give Rhett a look. And then I just continue watching this horrific amalgamation of stitched flesh and the gargoyle acting like goons.
Where do you propose we stay until the festival?
No, well, I guess you'd stay at my house.
No. We'll stay out in the woods with the spiders. You hear me? You fucking hear me?
I kick him like a football.
We're not staying in your house. Are you kidding me?
All right, I'm just gonna stay. The gargoyle seems like a pervert. There's no way in hell I'm staying in his house.
What they are trying to say is they don't want to inconvenience you. But where else could we possibly stay?
I gotta say, Kabir, I hope you got some big, strong shoulders, because you're gonna have to carry this one.
This ain't nothing bad happens tonight, man.
There's not really anywhere else to stay unless you want to stay with the Steins.
I think I'll take the gargoyle over that.
The Steins.
The like patchwork people.
Yeah, the zombies. Yeah.
Zombies.
Which house stinks the least? The ghosts, probably, right? We'll stay with the Jaspers. It's like dust and
Well, they're
ectoplasm.
currently filled up. They don't have any extra room.
What? How are they filled up? They're fucking ghosts! They don't fill up shit! I'm starting to twitch.
He's losing it.
Yep, this guy is definitely a pervert.
My 5 o'clock shadow is coming back. There's bags under my eyes. My hair is getting frazzled.
That you said you want to take chances with the gargoyle?
I mean, I'm okay with it. Did we walk a long way through the spooky woods?
Yeah, I would say not like hours and hours, but you walked. You're not close. You're not close to
sleeping
the
back on the
Rhapsody.
ship wouldn't really be an option.
Nah,
Right? Yeah.
no, that's not an option.
That's what I figured.
You get the sense that that's not.
That
an
was
option.
really what I was trying to get.
As we walk towards the gates to leave Nightingale, weirdly, it feels like rocks are beginning to fall. So we turn back and we stay in Nightingale.
You hit the push on the gate to Nightingale, and as you step out, it says you have left the play area. Please return to the play area.
We get into the invisible wall. Yeah. We just run into it.
This is the Dark Chow realm from Sonic Adventure 2.
Shit.
There's a fucking lake of blood over there. A spooky church for no reason. Oh, fuck. Okay, fine. I'll be peaceful. I come in peace. I honk in peace.
Alright, so we'll take our chances with the gargoyle?
Doesn't seem like there's any other option.
Yeah, Pike, just to sleep with your back to the wall.
What else
I guess,
is new?
thank you.
We'll
stay
take
with
turns.
you.
We'll keep watch.
Yeah, I don't need much sleep anyway. We can set up some sort of a rotation.
Well, I mean, I guess you could lead the way to your place. Don't expect us to be super polite or nothing. You're just the best option.
Do you have any food?
What he means to say is a thank you, and we can leave whenever you're ready. Everyone's being really rude to this gargoyle.
No, you can't
this guy.
leave whenever you're ready.
Are you Torback?
Oh, yeah. No, you can't leave.
There's also a bugbear there that is helping out mysteriously. You just notice him off to the side, and you hear very faintly,
Everything's coming up.
Schmorb.
In every campaign.
Can't escape him.
The Boogeyman house, too. Oh, gosh.
What, you want to stay at the Boogeyman house?
No!
Okay, I wasn't going to recommend it.
Turning into some Scooby-Doo ghoul school.
You want to go to the ghouls?
No!
What is your name?
Oh. Well, thank you for asking.
It's not gargoyle.
No, it's Grim.
Oh.
The W's silent.
What?
What do you mean, what? It's not, there's a W in my name, it's silent.
Hold on.
Spell it.
He did it grim. The W silent. That's
Spell it. I can't spell. We have to go back to check-in to Dr. Henry.
I was like, hold on a second. I'll just reach out and grab a tombstone and sit down on it. And I'll grab snap a stick out. Okay, Grim with the W. How are we gonna fucking figure this out?
like it's a wordle.
I think it's at the beginning.
Where does the W go?
Before the G.
Oh,
No, I think it makes more sense before the R.
Put it between the two M's. Is it two M's grim or one M grim?
He can't spell. He doesn't fucking know.
Nobody's ever asked me that before.
Why are we listening to you if you can't spell?
What do you need to spell for?
There's no W in Grim.
You're just gonna have to tell ghost stories. You're gonna have to drink wine and not pass out. And then you're gonna have to deftly carve a pumpkin. Oh, and wrestle a giant construct. That'll be fine.
Or a
We die?
Yes. Well, that's a joke. You may now laugh.
Leave the jokes to the motley end. Well, I think we've all agreed that his name is Grimwm, like Kavir suggested. That mystery solved. Ghosts are all filled up. I didn't mean it to come out like that. So we'll stay with you. Do we have to sleep in a coffin? I look at him deathly serious. Like, suddenly my cartoonist face is like hyper-realistic.
It's just your actual face.
Yeah.
It's funny, I've never actually been on the inside of the house before. I don't know what kind of accommodations.
Are we gonna just Snoopy this shit and sleep on the roof?
Everyone just picks a different corner.
Well, I sleep on the roof. I mean, if you want the company, then I'll be up there.
I don't like where this is going.
This thing is your fucking house, alright?
Okay. You guys know any good stories?
We're gonna travel in silence.
Oh, that's usually the option.
I said silence.
And you try.
Look, I'm a little on edge. Chuckles.
You think I'm not Rhett?
This doesn't feel right.
This is the result of a dichotomy.
Wait, are gargoyles not nice?
I've never known a discordant to be nice.
I thought they were protectors.
Except for Chuckles. Except for Chuckles, he's a really great guy.
Rhett's thinking of all of the William Basses.
All of the visits. Spirit December week.
Rex comes up. I'll get you out of here.
A hula Christmas.
Sensing Rhett's blood pressure spiking, I will just offer him a cigarette.
You know what? I'm trying to stay off of it, but please. Thank you.
Not that end. No, just kidding.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna be okay. Just look. I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation for all this. Just take us to your house. We'll pass the time. We'll get the fuck out of here. All right?
Okay.
Do you have any food in this house?
Oh, you haven't been inside.
Oh, you haven't been inside.
Is there food here?
The ignorant is just Derek.
That's the venom.
The Labush and Derek are slowly merging.
There's food all over the place. There's a pumpkin there. There's a gourd there. That guy's eating worms.
Every time you point at something, you see an appendage of goo suddenly like grab it, like pull it back, and
Like
just
the
like
sticky
You reach out to the pumpkin.
yep.
You reach out and grab the gourd. You reach out and you grab the guy who's eating worms. You start to drag him back. Oh no! Well, onwards then. And he begins to fly you throughout the town. And it takes you on just a little bit of a tour. And as almost in kind of a question mark loop format as you come in, he walks you around the edges of this, of Nightingale. He explains that the House of Jasper lives in the eastern quarters in a ramshackle, rundown house, in complete and utter disrepair. You can see that it is an enormous house with a lot of space, and there are seemingly 3 ghosts, 4, 5 maybe you can catch through the windows, but you get the sense that there are maybe 12 rooms over there.
Lying little fuck. He's just trying to think Pike is right. He's trying to lure us back to his house.
Yep. That's about par for the course.
You can see as you look in through one of their windows, you can see like a candle lit on a central table on a couple of them, floating around. It's clear that they're talking to each other. One will talk for kind of a while, and then the others will. You get the sense their best impersonation of a laugh, or their closest approximation of enjoying the moment. And then he'll continue on. In the northern quarters, you'll see a large ornate mansion with grape fields behind it, stretching out. I don't know, not that far. You know,
Far enough.
No,
Average
yeah,
vineyard
far,
distance.
average
It's 10 days away. Oh, fucking great.
it's one poutine throw away.
Holy shit!
No,
Depends on who's throwing the poutine.
Farther than that. Yeah. 5 hours, 2.5. You know,
Two poutine throws.
10 days, that's like... You have to be the Hulk to throw a poutine that far.
That's a lot of poutine.
So he walks you through, and in this this northern section of the town, you see like not a convoy, a complex of 3 interconnected large mansions, and you see kind of like quite a bit of vampires moving about. The grape fields extending in between the homes and out and around. And they look to be pretty ornately dressed. Jewels, necklaces. They're very high, almost as if they were highborn, but everything is in a similar state of disinterest and disrepair. But they seem to have quite a bit of food. Mutton, hot meats stretch out in front of you. The smells of roasting lamb, bacon, apples, hot cinnamon, cooking, baking breads extend out throughout the air as you move around.
I start to bubble.
And then you continue on, and you come to the third and final house, and you see patchwork people. And this is actually not a home in which you would have seen. This looks almost a little more It's like an office space.
It's like the
but-
nicest house in town.
That was the San Bernardino office park. Oh God, there's so much beige.
It is a building made of exposed brick. And you can see some of the mortar in between it is starting to wear and disintegrate. And the family over here, in that very similar patchwork frame, sewn appendages together. Some people with different sized limbs, interchanged exchangeably in between them. And you notice that several of them are wearing what looks like doctor's coats. And then you continue on until you come to a very humble home on the, not necessarily the outskirts, but kind of almost back towards the beginning where you walked in. And you've arrived at Grimm's home. Wow, we're here!
You can stay outside. Bye.
You're just getting more and more agitated as you're
I only ever stay outside. I've never been in the house.
Outstanding. Thank you.
Oh, let's take a look inside. At the very least, there should be an ancient refrigerator that still has high-quality cured meats and cheeses that we can create sandwiches like a deck of cards. Vintage!
Your expectations of what's inside are
No, trust me on
amazing.
this one, fellow.
So long, Grim. and Thank you for your hospitality.
Good luck in there. And he flies up kind of slowly, but he ascends up to the top of the roof and perches on the end of it's a very classic Scooby-Doo haunted house vibe. I'm telling you. A couple stairs lead up right to a doorway. And 2 floors that you can see. As on the top, a wooden plank that meets at the precipice of the roof extends out, and he lands on the edge of that and goes stone still.
I quickly look at some of the other perches on the top of the house. Are there any gargoyles for Grim?
Any special gargoyles?
You look around and you do see a collection of other goyles and gals. It's just very impossible to distinguish between the two.
Okay, so there's like a family of sorts of these gargoyles, and they all are perched up still and like looking. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Are we to assume every gargoyle is like sentient like he is?
They're all gonna have that voice.
That's what you
I would like to meet an entire cast of characters.
I'll look up and I'll say, good luck? I don't need good luck. You're talking to the galaxy-ranked player of Larry Lobster's Lobster Mania 2. Thank you very much.
We're all still outside.
I walk in, and I open the door, and Dust just completely ghosts me, and I just slam the door behind me.
I'll open the door behind Chuckles. Okay, here we go. And I'll go in.
Yeah.
I follow behind, yeah.
And you do so. You walk in, you all enter into this home, and it is very much covered in a thick layer of dust. Nobody has walked into this space in what feels like a very long period of time. Things are completely untouched, unmoved, and it stretches out in front of you. It's wooden floors, a simple 6-person dining table to the side of the room. It does open up into what seems to be a quaint little kitchen. A white refrigerator in the left in the corner of the room.
Jackpot LaBouche.
And you can see, right on your detector scan for energy sources, and you can see that the refrigerator itself is powered, and it looks that it is totally fine. If you move in, there's a window towards the front of the house. As you move in, you can see a staircase that leads upwards.
Should we make sandwiches first, or should we encase the place?
Sandwiches first.
Okay.
It's on.
Okay.
I'm like spreading butter and mayonnaise and mustard.
Oh wow! Oh, the toothpick, the olive.
You find an assortment of accoutrement: turkey, Swiss, cheddar, fresh tomatoes, whatever you could seek within this refrigerator to make a deck shuffling Scooby-Doo adventure sandwich. You are able to find
Zinkies.
Twice in 24 hours. If I had $1 million,
We're losing our mind, and it's because of the crooked moon.
if I could have guessed, there'd be. I don't even know what to say. Incredible.
Wait, speaking of sandwiches. Out of character.
Yeah, just out of character.
That's a good question, Dandy.
there's no
Just don't want it to
hope.
be a soggy.
There is no hope. How do I check my order status?
When I did it
Order
yesterday,
history.
it didn't give me like a delivery. It estimated a time and it got here like 20 minutes.
Oh,
early.
view in map.
If you have not backed our first Kickstarter
Oh, that's just
campaign,
the-
the Crooked Moon, that's why we're doing a Scooby-Doo Halloween special.
It's an email.
Is it?
Yeah.
And why we're, I presume.
Holy shit!
This was always the plan. Back to the Crooked Moon, we are 2 backers away from 10,960. We are so close. Classic.
That'll put us
Classic.
within 40
We're
of
so
11,000.
fucking close.
All we need is 9 more, everybody.
It started at 81, I think we needed, and now it's only 42.
42?
That's pretty
That's
amazing.
progress.
42
Yeah.
away from 11,000. We are only 42 backers away from 11,000.
Oh, our order has been delivered.
Let's go! Well,
I'm sorry, I
We
broke
open the
stream,
refrigerator and we
but-
make sandwiches with little toothpicks in them. Should I go grab?
Yeah, go for it if you want to.
Yeah. We want to.
how do you want to do this, Dungeon Master?
We know how you want to do it.
He knows how you want to do it.
Go get the sandwiches. Just go get. Well,
We can hold off.
well, I don't want to get soggy. I mean, this is a little bit more before we.
No, that's good.
There's a
Yeah.
little bit more before we
Yeah.
clip it out. Oh, what are you guys doing?
I'll go upstairs.
We're making sandwiches.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would go upstairs and just look for like
I'm sticking with Red.
a room that's
Yeah.
like not like monsters.
Red and Pike are so unbelievably confused and out of our element that we're just like speechless.
I'll
And we
go for
try to
like
find-
mid-century modern.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
go for like colonial, whatever. Like
Yeah.
I just need something.
Yeah.
Basically, the most normal-looking room is what I'm trying to find.
Yeah, we're casing the place.
You
Yeah.
get to the top of the stairs and you look down the hallway and there's like a bedroom at the top of the hallway and all of a sudden the person's just like
Blows a hole in the side of the.
That's really funny. That's really fucking funny.
That's good.
Shit.
I was like, oh, Derek, gotta go get sandwiches. No, this is terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah. You make sandwiches. They're delicious downstairs.
I'm making sandwiches too.
Oh, here you go, Danny. Here you go, Boosh.
Upstairs. You head upstairs, and the 3 of you, and you're walking through, and you're finding, rooms, and you open the first door, and you see a relatively quaint, small room. This is maybe 2 twin beds in here, 1 window that looks just out, and for a moment, you see in the very top of the window, just quick movement as something pulls away from the edge. And roll a perception check for me.
Oh God.
It's not where I'm a Viking, or maybe it is actually. I forget if it was Wiz or not.
No, it is Wiz. You're good.
Oh, then
I rolled a natural
yeah,
1.
I killed it. I got a 23.
So the 2 of you, right, you're maybe at the back coming in the room.
Yeah.
The 2 of you very
see over
quickly were able to catch that Grim was peeping through the window.
Maybe you take a defense roll.
How's this one look?
You open the next room, And this has a queen bed in it. 2 queen beds actually. No, 1 queen bed. What am I saying? And there's a window. Just
In this market,
the king lived here. Just out of the window for a brief moment, you see just quick movement. I'm kidding. This is pretty normal. Looks about as standard as possible. Very, very dusty. Same wooden floors. The bed with just a simple white sheet pulled over it. 2 pillows at the end. 1 window that faces out, and a small desk in the side of the room. And just over it, you see kind of throughout. And as you moved, you see here and there cobwebs, dust. A collection. This room just has a very small spider in the corner.
not bad.
Take your pick. What do you think?
Is there another room?
Sure, there are 2 other rooms. Sure. Yeah.
If there's a bed, I'm happy.
Let's go back to the last room with the 2 twin beds.
Deal.
I would go in and I would take off the ether engine, and I would just sit on one of the beds and just like put my hands.
I believe during this episode it's called a proton pack.
And then as he does that, and I'm walking past him towards the other twin bed, I'll just put my hand on his shoulder, pat him on the back a few times, and then sit on the bed across from him, lean forward, my elbows on my knees, and then just kind of.
And you begin to settle in for the evening. What does everyone else do?
I'll pass out sandwiches to Dandy and Derek LaBouche. And of course, as I have my giant Dagwood sandwich, I'll unhinge my jaw. Oh, yummy! And I'll go in, I'll swallow it, and there'll be just the silhouette of the sandwich in my neck as I get a giraffe neck.
As it shifts
Snake
kind of
eating it.
horizontally, you can clearly see the toothpick and olive as well poking out as you devour
Yummy.
your food.
The only good thing about the spooky town is the sandwiches, is what I'll say. The only thing that's worthwhile. Thank goodness. I guess we should get some rest if we're going to install Hank as the ruler of all these spooky folks. And perhaps he will be a malevolent, brutal king.
Let's go find the bedroom.
Oh yeah, Hank's with.
I will be
an angry god.
I agree.
I start to stomp my way up the staircase. Yeah. I see the bedroom that everyone has chosen. I'm looking for another bedroom. I open a closet, and William Bass is there. I close the door.
They did the match! They did the monster match!
For sure. The undead one.
Yeah. It's just bones.
Skeleton,
It's just fish bones.
Genius. No, I'll find whatever free bed I can and sloop into my helmet after I find a bed, because I don't sleep in a bed.
I was gonna say, there's a desk in my room, right?
Yeah.
So you can just sloop in.
I just fishbowl on the desk.
Onto the desk. Yeah.
Gosh, how am I gonna fall asleep without my white noise machine? I'll grab the skeleton Billy Bass. I get this will have to do, and I'll hang it up, and I'll lay down in the bed just fully clothed, and I'll press it. It's like bustin', makes me feel good.
This entire episode is just finding Billy Bass and other things to sing.
In the next room over, I look up and I'm like, Brett, did you hear that?
Bustin', makes me feel good.
What
feel
the
good.
hell is that?
Feel good. You did say they were perverts.
Yeah.
Do you make any attempt to cover the window?
I shoot. I cast Burning Hands the second that I see the gargoyle go by the window. I deal 6d6 worth of Burning Hands damage.
You ready your action. And you all go to sleep for the evening in Grimm's home. And you sleep peacefully. It's probably as you're falling asleep, you hear sounds, not just in the home or outside, but you do hear creaking floors, skittering, and nothing else happens during the evening. And as you come to wake, it is once again nighttime. You slept through the day. As you rouse for the morning, you all wake normally. Nothing weird. Nobody's missing any kidneys or anything.
My kidneys! You all wake up to busted.
No. It's running out of battery after 8 hours.
Makes me feel good.
God help you.
It's only Rhett and Pike in your room as you wake up for the morning, or for the beginning of evening, that you see oddly like a shape, like a foggy shape in the top kind of corner of the window. And as you begin to contemplate what could have made that, Grim flies down and sits right in front of the window in a perfect match with where his mouth would be breathing. The shape in the fog is covered into the glass.
I steal my mind and I pretend not to notice.
Yeah, he looks at you, Pike. He's like,
I don't notice it. I'm getting
Why is there a hole in this window?
Rhett, did you notice there's not a single door in this whole house?
we go downstairs to the kitchen to eat, and there's someone in the kitchen.
We've completely lost everything.
Wake up, everybody! It's time for the Festival of Blood!
We are so far off the rails. We've lost everything.
All right, Hanky. You're going to be king, all right? And then once you're king, you'll be king for a day. We'll get the fuck out of here.
I will be a fair and just ruler.
Sphinx of Black Court.
Sphinx of Black Court, how do you know my name?
Blood and skull will adorn my throne.
Everyone's gathering at the town square. Come on, everybody.
But this nice man with the mask is making avocado toast.
We go. I follow the
go. See you, Eugene.
And he begins to lead you back to the town square. As you follow a familiar path back around, he just loops kind of to the entryway where you walked in. You walk forward on the cobblestone steps. And you see now the town, which was very like bland and not a lot. They have done quite a bit overnight. And normally, Chuckles, you would know, they would not go in for any kind of large celebration or extreme kind of showing of joy or partying. But this is a pretty big event. They have large blood red tents strewn about all over the place. You see pumpkins that have been carved with horrific faces into them. Not cute, scary pumpkins. Really terrible looking pumpkins.
suddenly isn't like Sonic Adventure 2.
You see strings like claws connecting each building as they run through, and you see the three families gathered in the promenade, the head of each one standing prominently. For the Steins, you see a woman who looks as though she has been constructed from every perfect patchwork form of limb they could find. If you could find her beautiful, you absolutely would, if not for the patchwork nature of her. Different colorations in the body, but athletic, well-formed. Yeah. She looks really good.
She's just well built as well.
Yeah, she's well built. She's very well constructed.
Very well put
She's
together.
very well put together.
Damn.
She thick. Another word.
Damn, where did they find that thing? What grave did they dig that out of?
God. This is just.
Amelia Stein. For the head of the vampires, you see Lorian Emmerich standing there, tall, robes of red. But even though they look presentable, clearly not cared for in any way, as if they've just been enjoying excess and no more. Long white hair parted at the center that collapses around his shoulders behind him. Stands with a very uninterested and haughty look on his face. And to the right, you see the House of Jasper. Quaint collection of ghosts, bouncing between each other, punching, moving, pushing. And you see the families gathered here as you walk up. And Grim flies up to the center of the promenade, you taking your position as the fourth spot. And with the House of Hank now present, we will begin the Festival of Blood. And that's where we'll end the session.
Thanks, Mace.